Prince is one of them. It's great. Spirited Away is really good. Yeah, no, there's just no bad ones. There's zero bad ones.
All bangers.
Banga.
Spirited Away scared me when I was 6 when I watched it for the first time. I had a nightmare about the parents turning into pigs.
I mean, Spirited Away. I mean, is this controversial? It might be the best one.
Okay, like I feel like that's what the vast majority of people say because it's won awards and stuff, but I don't know if it would be the best one.
I mean, it's still my favorite that I've watched.
You haven't seen them all.
I have not seen them all. I've seen quite a few of them.
Have you at least seen Castle in the Sky?
He is not.
You haven't seen Castle in the
You're
Sky?
gonna love this one.
We're getting there.
I think I like Princess Mononoke a lot just because it's like it's beautiful and well written and it's brutal. And
yeah. Doesn't that lady lose an arm?
One of them, I think.
I mean, several people lose arms.
Look, here's what we're gonna say. Get in the comments. Let us know what the best Miyazaki movie is.
Castle in the Sky.
Oh, speaking of brutal movies, have you guys seen Grave of the Fireflies?
Oh my god! Yes,
no.
that's devastating.
I can't.
I haven't, but because I know what it is, and I don't want to put myself through that.
No.
I watched it twice because I watched it and then I made my sister watch it, and I was like, I can't let you watch this alone. I'm gonna watch it with you.
I've watched several commentaries about it, little clips, and I'm like, I'm good. I really don't want to watch this. No.
It's amazing. And the most devastating thing I've ever watched.
I will take your word for it.
It emotionally destroyed me.
How old were you when you saw it?
I mean, I emotionally destroy you guys every Sunday.
It's not the same.
You know what emotionally destroyed me as a kid was Where the Red Fern Grows.
I never saw that.
Right.
It's about
that's a hard one.
It's about a boy's 2 dogs and his life with them, and it just fucking heartbreaks.
No.
Okay, you know what destroyed me as a child? Land Before Time.
Oh, with the mother.
Littlefoot's mom dying was traumatizing for me.
And then the T-Rex and
Bridge to Terabithia taught me what
that's a good one.
Depression might feel like.
I remember reading that as a kid and going, "She died? This is supposed to be a kid's book."
I remember being super like just in that happy kid mode, like, oh, she'll come back at some point. Yes. She'll come back, and then I'm like, at the end of the book, like, well, damn, okay.
I read.
If you guys have ever seen it, My Girl has the same impact.
Oh my god,
that yes, one. It's so true. It hits exactly the same, only in movie form.
See, this is a good conversation because it does match the melancholy that being in Ebon Reach makes you feel, because since you've stepped through the Dwarf Gate, you haven't felt the sun on your skin. Was that a good transition? Did I nail it?
Chilling. I feel right at home.
When I was in 5th grade,
here's the thing. I do feel like I owe Evie a redo of my description of Ebon Reach. Since she said,
just because I was okay, you know what? I'm gonna move on.
And I quote, "It was a worthless description because she couldn't hear it."
Okay, but who could find tons and tons of value in that? I mean, you're forcing me to ask for support here, Nick, and it's awful.
It's okay. I listened to Lucas's stream, and it was wholly and utterly hard to follow in here. So I do apologize to everyone that listened to the stream. I'm hoping everything is working better. I'm going to now read my description of Ebon Reach for you. So Ebon Reach is a quiet mountain town built of wooden structures with stone chimneys. You can smell the smoke rising from the fires, keeping the homes warm in the shade of the mountain. The sun never reaches the floor of the valley where Ebonreach lies, but you can hear the laughter of children playing in the streets, music from inside of a tavern-looking building, and a number of people engaged in hobbies and conversation with each other. High on the walls of the valley, you can see large planter boxes that are being moved up and down the wall into the sun with massive series of ropes, chains, and pulleys. Did you hear all of that?
Yes.
I did it.
Can you repeat it?
No. Upon entering...
I'm never complaining again. Next time something goes wrong, it's on y'all.
I'm sorry.
Please do, Evie.
I mean, for the most part, I really do genuinely just want to make sure it's working.
Okay, and also you want to make my life hell. Got it.
I mean, I do want to rib you a little. No, it's okay. Upon entering town, Jethro was met with the sight of the famous inventor Zahur, and fangirled for a while until everyone kind of was like, well, we're gonna go. You have fun. Bindu and Malia decided to stick with Jethro because, I don't know, buddy system?
Basically, it's like we couldn't let Jethro stay there and, sign us all up for indentured servitude for the next 10 years.
That is true. Leaving him by himself does have a degree of risk to it. So the three of you stuck around in town while the other five of you, geez, we got a big group these days, made their way up to Geimdrim, the monastery of the shadow monks, specifically. As you learned upon arriving, the Raven Queen herself, and you all entered and were met by Saleh Padan, who had a particular interest in Trey, and who did lead you up the stairs to the very top of the monastery, which is in the eyes of the raven head up here of the Ebon Peak. And sticking out of one of the eyes is a massive telescope, the type where you have to like sit in a chair and look through an eyepiece to actually use it, like the size of a modern telescope. And sitting in the chair of that telescope was well, you haven't learned her name yet, but is a Githyanki. I don't know if any of you have seen a Githyanki before, so we might need to figure that out. But that's not the biggest thing that was in this room. The biggest thing that was in this room came standing to a height above you and was introduced as Varnadu, the Guardian Naga, which is, I believe, where we left off last session. Did I miss anything that we wanted to talk about from last session, really? I mean, we had a few things on the journey to Ebonreach and leaving of the pirates and other things like that. Is anything anyone felt particularly was important to add in the recap?
My
Gallifrey came out.
my alcohol got stolen.
Oh.
That's not even important. It got devoured by freaking Malia.
Consumed.
Yeah.
Somebody drank all your absinthe.
Whoops. But delightful conversation with Alfred, like more comparatively from all the rest of the interactions. So that's good.
We know that Alfred can handle his liquor much more than Malia can. It's funny because he doesn't have a body. Click my button.
Yeah, no one heard any of that.
That's okay.
You can click it and say it, Amanda.
I'm walking in.
Was this a choice between Amanda and you, Nick? I feel like.
Amanda has to use her push to talk. It's a big.
He gave me the ability to act it, and then he took it away. And now I'm like, oh, I forget how to click buttons, and I keep making offhanded remarks. And I'm like, oh yeah, I have to click a button to say things. So I was like, I'm not gonna repeat it.
I'm buying you guys a new snowball for Christmas. That's it.
We need one of the actual like room mic ones. This is one of the podcasting mics. We need like the actual one that has like the ball. Anyways, so in this room we have Tura, Bixis, Zyzeris, Valeris, and Trey. How would you all like to proceed with this situation?
Not in game. Is anyone really regretting that we got this far without like the whole party?
No.
No? Oh, okay, then. Moving on.
Wait, what?
I feel like most of the group that you and I are with are part of the like murder.
The revenge crew?
Girl.
Yeah, we're the revenge.
That makes sense.
So the three of them are the ones that should have all the questions to ask.
Okay, got it.
We should have all the questions, shouldn't we?
So this is the stage. This is who we're supposed to be asking all these questions of?
The Barnadu.
Yeah, this Naga Sage Oracle thingy.
Oh god, okay. I had all week to think of questions, and I still can't figure out what questions I want to ask.
And we also have to think of what to exchange for the answers.
Yeah, I know. I feel like my brain hasn't stopped thinking about this, and I still don't know what I want to ask. I'm like, God damn it! It's fine. It's fine.
So I did good.
No, this isn't about you.
Yes.
Because my dilemma here is if, like, I mean, I don't want to give away anything that's gonna be able to be used against us if Gooderhill comes and asks him questions. So it'll be fun. It's gonna be fun. It's fine. Okay, question. So.
Well, first we should say hi.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good place to start.
Okay. Hello, Vernadu. I am Tara Eden. These are my companions, Valeris, Trey, Zeus, and Vixis. We are happy to meet you.
It is a pleasure to meet you as well. What brings you to the monastery?
Oh, go.
He's just going to take like a half a step forward and give like an overly dramatic, very deep bow. So, I am Cyceris of Carnarest. From what we have heard through word of mouth, the Lord Gutaker was here recently, about a week ago.
This is true. He came seeking knowledge, the same as you.
What knowledge did he seek?
Say, Astrith, did I promise not to tell anybody about what the Lord wanted? Oh, Ben, I'm gonna fucking do it. Alright, here we go. I don't think you did. I mean, he didn't mention wanting any privacy or anything kind of that nature, so I think you're good. How was that, Ben? How did I do?
Excellent. You just need a few more usins and use guys.
And motherfucker. Well, I suppose inquiring minds want to know. He was asking about a place where... Hold on, Nick needs to look at his notes really quick. He was looking for a sanctuary that contains Where's my name? I have a name. Where's my name? 1 second.
I feel like it's a children's show where we just yell our name at the TV, and then you go, "That's right."
I found it.
2 plus
map.
2 equals.
It-
You're right.
Look.
4.
It was on my notes for Lord Gootercurl, not my notes for Ebenreach, so I had to find it. He was looking for the regalia of Congria, which is not something I really knew much about, so I told him to go ask somebody older than I.
Why does Congria sound familiar?
But haven't you been around since before the Yanti Empire?
It's also the name of the queen.
Are we supposed to know what that means? Like the regalia of Congress? Are we supposed to know what that means?
Make me a history check!
Okay, I was like, is this common knowledge? A 10.
You have no idea.
I do. Do I use inspiration now?
Oh, there are better rolls. Yeah, much better rolls.
Zyzeris knows things.
Maybe.
Zyzeris, you had heard a tale about like the ancient kingdom that used to kind of be around where New Anderhorst is, and where the name Anderhorst comes from is from like that time and place, right? And that's why this is New Anderhorst, right?
All right.
And during that time, the leader of Anderhorst wore the regalia of Congria, and so whoever has like that regalia, they have a more legitimate claim to the throne. Like it's kind of one of those vestments of leadership of a nation, but they've been lost.
Gootercurl's making up papers as well.
Usurper.
I mean, that's
Holy reliquary kind of a thing.
Exactly, like the vestments of like the Holy Roman Empire, or like, you know, whatever. It's like, you know, that you have this scepter and this orb and this hat and this like thing and that thing, and yeah, the vestments of royalty. It's like the crown jewels.
So if you have those plus the heir, you pretty much have control of the kingdom.
Más o menos. That means yes or no for people that don't speak Spanish. That's about it. You got the gist of it. That's basically what I was saying. Literal translation.
Más o menos means more or less.
Yeah.
Más o menos means more or less, not yes or no.
Yeah. That's
Because I'm pretty sure everyone knows no is no in Spanish. So
Well, I wasn't given a literal translation.
you literally just said that's a literal translation. Anyway, moving on.
See, this brings up my point from last week. Evie's out to get you.
You've existed
Tina, this
since
is
that
one of the
time.
things I feel like I should be able to speak on.
Yeah, it's fair. This is her culture.
And I have ears, so I feel like on both points I'm validated.
I got ears too. That's dope. I love
That's
ears.
dope. That's dope. Get on everyone's ears. All right, anyways, going on.
But who could you have referred to that's even older than you? You've been around since before the Yanti Empire.
That's true. But there's been somebody in this valley that has been here since before. I think any real mortal recordings. Well, our recordings, the recordings of the giants go back further than any memory I'm aware of. But there is an ancient stone giant that lives in the mountains. His name is Oh my gosh, Nick knows his name. I don't need notes. Why is Nick? Sorry, guys. I'm
Clarence?
blanking so many things. Burcon.
What is it?
Burcon. An ancient stone giant that lives in the mountains.
Like the same mountains that we just left?
Further to the directions east from here.
And when was the last time someone saw the stone giant?
It has been a long, long time. He is a fan of his privacy. You see, he fancies himself a bit of an artist and spends his time carving the stones of his home. Though, now that you mention it, I usually hear from him from time to time, and it has been a long, long time. Which for me is a long time.
Maybe we could check on him for the favor for the information.
Yes, where is his home?
I shall tell you if you tell me something I do not know.
Should we huddle?
Astrith speaks up and she says, "Good fucking luck, he knows a lot!"
We were part of a big event recently. I don't know how fast word is spread.
Hmm. Find out.
I mean, that's one option. Yeah. I mean,
Perhaps we could intrigue you with the tale of what became of the terrible tyrant of Suzuki.
I mean, I need to make a history check for him. 1 second.
Maybe news if that hasn't reached his ears yet.
I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, here we go. As far as I was aware, he was buried not too far from here.
It's true he was buried, but he did not remain buried.
Go on.
But if we can agree that these terms are agreeable for the information that we seek, we would be happy to regale you with the tale.
Well, you do not ask for much, so... Okay. You've piqued my interest. Not to mention, this would be good information to give to the monks if there's undead. Just out and about willy-nilly. That's something they would want to know.
Oh, could we preface all of this with you promising not to, at the very least, share anything that we discuss with Future Girl if he comes asking?
or any of the people he travels with.
I will
Keep
do
this as a
my
conversation
best
between us.
to remember. Astrith, make a note. I am not your fucking secretary. Oh,
I'll take it.
I will endeavor to remember. He actually is going to begin casting a spell. I
attack him.
If you are interested, you can make an Arcana check to figure out what he is casting.
Oh.
That's a first.
I
that's
know
a really
nothing
good
about
one.
nothing.
Bixies, you don't know the spell itself because this is not a spell that's in the druid spell list. But you do recognize that he is casting a very powerful spell. He's casting a 5th level spell right now. None of you rolled high enough to know what is the spell. But he like the spell, like when he's casting,
Wait,
you can.
no.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry.
I'm supposed to be proficient in Arcana, but I took it away for last game because I had like a thingy. Remember?
Oh yeah, because you rolled the survival roll made you have not proficiency with it.
Do I need to fix your
Right.
character sheet?
Yeah.
To
'cause I
Tura's
can't
character sheet.
figure out how
Uno
to
momento,
change it
por
now.
favor. Thank you for saying something. Tura, click.
so glad I remembered.
Oh yeah, you're an Eldritch Knight. Okay. Okay. So what was the issue? Oh, because you did the potion making thing and it made it go away?
No travel check.
No, because I got some sort of a ding.
Travel exhaustion.
Yeah, that's what it was. We were rolling for travel. This
You had to
newfangled
pick a
thing that my
skill that you're
DM came up
proficient
with.
in, and then take your proficiency away from it.
Yeah. So I chose to miss out on Arcana for the day.
How did you do it? Did you just manage, like, change it?
I just unclicked the bubble on D&D Beyond, but now it won't let me like re-click it.
You,
If you click the gear wheel at the bottom, can you?
Did I
re-click
do
on
it?
That?
Manage.
Is it back? Is it
Yeah.
blue?
Hold on. Oh goodness. No.
Hold on. I think I changed your character sheet. I think it should be there
oh
now.
yeah.
Hit
If you click on Arcana,
hit refresh.
Refreshing
really
right
quick.
now. Yeah. Okay,
Well,
there it is. It's
yeah.
blue now.
I got
for
you.
future, you can click on the skill and then click customize, and then add in your skill proficiency level. There's
Yeah.
a drop down, and you just say proficient, and
Yeah.
it'll put it back on there.
That's what I did. That is what I did. Okay, cool. Wait. Is +0 right? No, that's not right.
Plus,
Oh, I just fucked it up. I just fucked it up.
It should be.
I put something in the skill override because I was just clicking buttons. Hold on.
Nicholas.
I fixed it. There we go. Now you can roll.
Okay, I'm gonna refresh again.
I knew I should have attacked him.
I'm sorry.
He's sapping her Arcana.
He cast the 5th level alter character sheet spell.
Oh shit!
Anyway, so can I roll again?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Oh, 18 is very good. And Eldritch Knight, draw from wizard spell list. So, Tura. Also Evie. This is going to be fun, because I doubt Evie's ever heard of this spell. So this is going to be fun.
See, he's out to get me, okay?
Evie, I mean, have you ever heard of the Gaze spell? I might not even be saying that right, because this is like a Gaelic word that I know I say wrong like 100% of the time.
I thought you said
I'm pretty
gay
sure-
spell.
I heard the same thing. I'm like, are you allowed to say that?
Is it
Go for it.
I think it's actually geese.
Geese? Chaos? Geese?
Can you type it somewhere?
I did. I put it in Roll20 for you. But
Oh, okay. That looks
essentially,
like guys to me.
the way that this spell works is that you command a creature to carry out a service or refrain from some action or course of activity that you decide. And so he cast a spell on himself that is going to magically make it so he cannot tell anybody else what you guys asked him not to tell. So even if he forgets, he's magically preventing himself from telling anyone.
Well, guys, this is good. He's gonna even if he forgets, he's spelling himself right now. We'll be all right.
Tell him all about the Yuan-ti tomb that we basically stumbled across a couple of days ago, and about the Yuan-ti mummy that came to life on the inside and how we killed it.
That's fascinating. Tell me more about this bone naga that you encountered.
Apologies, but I'm going to have to turn to my compatriots, as I didn't manage to see one of them before they were felled.
Was I dead when it died?
You might have been unconscious because Malia took it out, right?
Yes. I know I was down, and then it went down, and then I got pulled up by Malia.
Oh, thank you, Lucas. It's pronounced Gesh.
It's an old Irish folklore saying.
I believe that is correct. That is the correct pronunciation.
More of an E sound, like egg, so
like geish. Geish. Okay.
I just went
go.
to Google and had it pronounced it, and it says Gesh.
See, so I took a stab at it, and I was close.
And I heard geish.
I was close. I was close. Anyways, sorry. You were telling me about a bone naga.
I was gonna tell him about how I fought and died to a bone naga. Or got knocked out.
So, did you dispose of this creature?
It was already broken apart when I came to.
Well, if it was broken, it should stay broken. See, the Yuan-ti enslaved my people, and in order to stop our resurrection, transformed them into the skeletal undead servitors. So thank you for putting another of my kind to rest.
Sure, no problem. I think.
That's tight.
How many of you are left?
Not many. We helped save many of your kind, in ferrying them to the Coatl to take to you. And in turn, many of us were hunted. We've been at war with the Yuan-ti and the other evil forces of this world for as long as it has been around.
Well, good thing they're all dead, yeah?
Oh, you're not joking.
I mean, didn't we all rise up and defeat them together?
Oh, they're not all gone. They're just merely... And he looks in the direction of Zyzeris and says, hiding.
Yeah, Trey, don't you remember? Velia was just telling us about some Yuan-ti that kidnapped her cat.
Yeah, I mean, there's some of the people around, but like the Empire itself isn't just going to rise up out of the grave. Right?
Stranger things have happened.
Trey's going to take a drink.
So Zara's going to take a half a step back.
What is it that you... What quarrel is it that you have with the Lord Goodergirl? I'm curious. I don't know you. You haven't been here before. You don't appear to be from these lands, except for you. And he his head inclines towards Valeris. So what is it that you all seek, I wonder?
If we tell you another story, will you give us more information?
That is my bargain. I am always willing to share. Astrith there went on for quite some time sharing her knowledge with me before she ran out of questions.
Maybe by sharing this story, you'll be able to know information that could help us. So we'll see where it goes. The reason I, in particular, are looking, we're kind of on like a really long mission, and like I just explained this to Tura recently, but I mean, hey, let's do it again, shall we? There's a story of Gudrikel from long ago. There was the Lions Guild, and it was supposed to take care of a Hydra. The Lions Guild set out. They defeated the Hydra, and shortly after that, Purple Rose Knights came. And while the Lions Guild was at a weak point after their difficult battle with the Hydra, the Purple Roses took the lives of all of the Lions Guild that were there. They were sent there by Gutrikel. It was a setup to try and basically make it seem like the Lions Guild had failed and they were incapable of handling their own, and it took away Luca's power, in a sense. Words aren't my strong suit right now. And so Gutrikel took out a lot of people that were really important to me and to the lands. And so I don't think bad people should be in position to do whatever they want. I think people need to be held responsible for their actions, and he's clearly incapable of that. So I feel like someone needs to, and I volunteer. So
The Lord does strike me as a man who will do anything for power.
I agree, but what makes you say that?
I'm a pretty good judge of character. You might even call me wise. But also, he's very, Astrith speaks up, and she's like, he's fucking insufferable about it. Honestly, doesn't shut up.
Did he, when he was he traveling alone?
No, he had a number of people in his retinue, as I understood. However, he only was accompanied here by, well, and he looks over at Valeris, somebody who looked a lot like you.
Did you happen to catch her name?
Asterith speaks up and says her name was Sabre.
Did she have any questions for you?
No. She talked to Asterith mostly. She had a lot of questions about the telescope and what I was doing here.
What are you doing there?
Research.
On the stars?
As a matter of fact, I am. Trying to find a way to the astral plane.
Right. Trey has no idea what that is.
She would take an interest in that.
I am sorry to hear about the demise of your companions. And
That would be a story I wouldn't mind you spreading around. He's spreading rumors about the Lions Guild being incapable, which has gained him a lot of traction. And the truth should be heard that that was not what happened. So if there's a way to feed those stories out there, I think that'd be all right.
try not to lose yourself on this quest, young one. Many have a hard time coming back from this path.
Sometimes there's nothing worth coming back to.
Well, if that's how you feel, you could tear the world asunder. Good luck.
Thank you. We're allowed to come back here and ask more questions as they come to us, right? It's not like a one and done, doors closed thing.
I have no issue with it, though it's not up to me. Saleh, at the end of the day, decides who comes and goes.
Smart. She seems very excited to have company.
She is possibly the most resourceful abbot that this monastery has ever seen.
I have more questions about Guder Pearl. When he was here alone?
I couldn't hear you.
Also, I believe I already answered that one.
Oh, you did?
He
Sorry, my
came
bad.
here- He came here with just a tiefling, Ferris's sister, Sabre.
That was the one who. Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was any. Okay, got it. I'm here. I got there.
Cool.
All right,
There's
well-
gaps in your knowledge that we might have to fill you in on. I don't know if we have or not.
While you guys digest everything that just got laid on you, we're gonna cut over to Jethro, Bindu, and Malia, who are on their way to a kind of large-ish blacksmith shop with like an accompanying like building attached to it. And you have been following her. Did that pop up? Why is it not popping up for me?
Yep, it popped up.
Weird. Mine's being weird. Anyways, and so you all follow him, and he leads you to this forge. He opens the door to like kind of the accompanying building that's next to it. And inside, you see like it's decorated with like furs and other things like that. There's the heads of animals that have been like taxidermied and put on the walls. And there's a number of tables with ore and rocks, and there's a number of alchemical setups in here. There's a number of just kind of like crucibles and molds and models and all sorts of books and kind of just like easels that have papers like pinned to them, and it's in full-blown research mode in here, Jethro. It's like, well, you know, in Jethro terms, this is a wet dream.
Oh yeah, my jam.
So you see inside a dwarf, a large minotaur man, and you also see a young girl, youngish, a young woman, I should say, would be the better description, that is currently swinging a kind of flask around in her hand, just swirling the mixture inside of it and observing what is happening inside the flask as you walk in. And she kind of just immediately starts speaking as her father opens the door, and she says, I don't believe that the latest mixture is going to be what we need in order to create the best steel from the mithril, Father. I definitely think we could do better. It's still going to be soft. Oh, hello. She just kind of like actually finally notices that there are people at the door.
Hello. It's a pleasure to meet you. Name's Jethro Veloxy. This is my friends, Amelia and Bindu.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hi. Sorry. Was deep in different thoughts, not in social mode. Give me a moment. And she starts like shuffling around papers and like writing some observations down. The dwarf woman that is in the room says, give her a moment. She was in a deep train of thought before you all came in. Pleasure to meet you. Grondolin Emberforge. Everyone calls me Emberforge, but I figure I should introduce myself with my name because people tell me that it's confusing when I don't. And that's Curtis.
Pleasure to meet you, Grondolin.
Is
by
this
chance
place also called the Emberforge?
No, this is the Cobalt Forge. It's kind of the name of our collective. We've been a group for some time. We helped design all the pulleys and other things here for the people of Ebonreach after our success with. Oh, hey, you're writing our design.
Yes, it's a magnificent design. Thank you for coming up with it.
That's pretty cool. And she like punches her in the arm. Check that out. Glad it's getting around. That was the whole point. Making it available for, well, I mean, you're not a common man, but like, look at it. And she also fawns over the enhancements that you've made.
Yes, you see, I can go up and down stairs without any trouble. It's fantastic. Also, this has made the trek from Suyu all the way down the mountain and through some of the other mountains coming over in this direction.
You've done a wonderful job maintaining it. Do you mind if I help you give it a tune-up?
I would love a tune-up, please. Thank you.
Absolutely. You seem to have a question before I interrupted you.
Oh, I was just curious if you were related to Ignatius.
He's my grandfather.
Oh, I loved his work. I'd studied all of his manuals.
That's usually where the confusion, if like everybody calls me Emberforge, but then there's always like, did you write the book? And I'm like, no, I didn't write the book. I've read the book many times. Talked to the man. But yeah. Runs in the family.
It looks like it, and it looks like you're doing a smash-up job of it.
Amara finishes up with her notes and comes over and introduces herself. She says, pleasure to meet you all. I am Amara, daughter of Zahur. Are you here to help? Are you metallurgists, blacksmiths, geologists?
I don't think any of us are particularly devoted to any single craft. I have dabbled in just about any form of metallurgy, apothecary. I've dabbled in ancient blacksmithing tomes.
Really?
But, never practiced them myself.
That's
more
okay.
of a theoretical knowledge.
Theory is a bit of the help we need. See, we're trying to figure out how the smiths, the ancient smiths, actually created like mithril armor. See, we can, with great difficulty, heat it up hot enough to smelt, but it's not very pure. We're having a trouble getting it hot enough to get the impurities out, and then we're having a hard time finding the right mixtures to smelt with it to really create that, like a steel, but mithril, if that makes sense.
Yes, it makes complete sense. Bindu, do you have any thoughts on this?
Metallurgy is not particularly my field. More in the realms of astronomy, astrology.
You went to the wrong place.
But if there's anyone who can help you, I'm sure it's Jethro. He is perpetually coming up with new and intriguing ideas and systems of thought.
Really? Such as?
Oh,
It's improvements you were...
I've been thinking about a way to get the wheelchair to move on its own with a mere thought, to keep my hands free. I took a particularly bad stumble coming down the mountain, and it was because I didn't have my hands free in order to stabilize myself. So thinking of a bioarcanic link between the chair and myself, in order to modify it.
Fascinating. None of us are very familiar with biomechanics, sir. That could be an interesting addition. Who are you again?
Jethro Veloxy.
Jethro Veloxy of the White Robes? You interested in joining the Cobalt Forge? Sticking around for a while, helping us out with this problem?
Well, we're kind of on a task. But I would love to help your research while I'm here in town. Amelia, if you guys want to go, I can just stay here and pour a couple hours in.
Zahur, speaks up and he says, they're with a whole group of people. There's 8 of them. Oh.
Yeah, they don't need me.
Well,
Jethro, of course, we need you. But I would be happy to leave you here, but one condition, Jethro. No extravagant bargains, no long-term commitments. We are already on a mission. You understand?
Oh, precisely. I just want to give a fresh set of eyes and some input, and perhaps we can get the mithril factories going again.
Just make sure that you also don't pay for anything without, just consulting us, because we don't want to go into debts.
I'm very good with money, but thank you, Melia. I won't buy anything. I'm helping with research.
I mean, off the top of your head, do you have any idea how we could heat this, without the use of the need for magic?
Right,
Well,
you wanted to process mithril in a non-magical way, correct?
That's the idea.
there is one thought I have there. This may not be the location for it, what with the perpetual shade. But you could use the lensing that is commonly found in telescopes to enhance the heat energy provided by the sun.
So your hypothesis is if we use the sun's energy focused through the lens of glass big enough that it should superheat enough to melt the mithril?
It is possible.
I do understand. However, I do not know of any lenses that large.
Did I not see a telescope up on the mountain?
Oh, well, mayhaps, but there's no way they let us take that.
If they have the technology and the ability to create such a thing, could you not have them help you create another? Again, being here in this valley, I do not know that you would have much in the way of sunlight to harness.
From the back of the room, Kurtish speaks up and says, I do not believe that the monks in the monastery created that glass. I believe it is a product of the ancient Franheim Empire.
Oh, I see. There are artisans in Rahadum who have learned these technologies, or at least have recreated them. I have spent quite a lot of time at the university looking through maybe not quite so large glasses, but perhaps you should reach out beyond the bounds of the valley to inquire.
Zahura turns to you and says, our other theory. Well, he turns to the three and says, we can trust these guys, right? And it's at this moment that I have to ask you all, do any of you have ill intent or cannot be trusted?
I don't think I have an ill bone in my body.
No, no, you can trust me. Us.
2 days ago, I did not know this village existed. I bear no animosity towards it or any of its inhabitants.
You see, in the mine nearby, there is a forge deep inside the mountain. There is a lava flow underneath it. The problem is, we can't figure out how the forge utilizes the lava, or even get it to move about the apparatus. we think there must have been a way, but we don't know how. And the problem is, we don't have the technology of utilizing the lava flows. So we've hit a bit of a rock. Well, you know, we're kind of between an anvil and a hammer, if you understand the metaphor.
And have you had much opportunity to study this device?
It's very uncomfortable down there, so we try not to spend too much time down there, but, you know, Emberforge is taking a good hard look at it, and we've all taken a swing at it, even tomorrow, and haven't had much success.
Are there other things of interest down in this mine?
Sorry. I got pizza delivered to me, and I'm stuffing my face because I'm starving. I mean, the mine has mithril deposits, which makes it very valuable. However, we can't really do much with the ore. Not in the way they used to. So, for now, the mine is not living up to its full potential. Possibilities for Ebonreach, if we can get this up and running, well, this could be a very, very rich city.
So, Nick, as a relatively well-educated individual, but would I be able to roll something? I know they don't want to use magical means. Or at least they don't want to have to use magic in the actual forging. It sounds like they're open to potentially using magical means to accomplish a mundane end. Would I be able to roll like Arcana or History or something to try to come up with an insight to the problem they have?
Well, sure. I mean, like, what... Do you have anything, like, in mind? Or are you kind of just like, I just want to make a roll for it?
Well, I mean, the engineer in me is coming up with ways you could try to apply, heat to a metal.
Here, I will tell you this. I will say, I will give you a DC of 20. It's a high DC. I'll let you do Arcana, History, whatever you think, and I'll let you kind of determine what the melting and boiling points of mithril are, or is the best as you can estimate.
Yeah, basically, how hot do they actually need to get this?
Exactly, which is what
or
I think
is it
you're
actually
basically
a heat thing and there's a
shooting
process
for.
missing.
Yeah. So, DC 20.
Okay, DC 20.
And I'll throw those numbers your way.
All right. I'm going to go, they're all +6, basically, so I'm going to go with my history. And I still have inspiration from the day or our travel and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and throw that in there too.
Cool. All right, you can absolutely use guidance in this situation. I'm fine with it.
Okay, so guidance gives me
E4 to the check.
Okay. And you know what? Just for the hell of it.
Why not, right?
Okay, 24.
If it was DC 25, I'd be pissed.
24 is really good. So, you have read, because, who isn't a little interested in, this kind of thing? You have read that the melting point of mithril is 2,500 degrees Fahrenheit, and the boiling point is 5,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, I don't know how they could do boiling, but okay. So
they can't really. That's the point.
Yeah. So the funny thing is, like, legitimately, assuming that the sun over this world is roughly the same temperature as ours, you legitimately could use a solar concentrator to reach that kind of temperature.
There you go.
So we need a tower with concentrated mirrors and lenses. Yes, I love it.
It would be quite the undertaking. But yes, if you were to construct a location perhaps on one of the mountains with the proper mirrors and lensing, you could make a crucible that would melt the mithril.
Yeah, but who's going to fund that?
You say that you have a mithril mine? The mithril itself will be quite valuable.
If
I'm
we could
sure
make
there
a
are
metal
those-
out of it.
Well, even mithril ore would be quite valuable.
Not as
I
much
am sure
as
there
you
are
think.
others.
Like, it's good for jewelry and stuff, don't get me wrong, but it's no steel. You're more than welcome to go into the mines and take a look at it if you want, though.
I kind of want to go, Bindu.
Well, I'm going to let you guys dwell on that, and I'm going to go back to the other group. So, I think everyone came back. I saw back. You're back. Okay. So, back upstairs. Did you have any other questions for Varnadu and or Astrith?
Yes. Okay. I have food in me. I can think better. So we know that he was accompanied by the sister, but has the Naga? Have you heard of any other of his allies? Like who is of note that he, like you said, he traveled with lots of people. The only one who accompanied him here was the sister. But are there other people that you're aware of that he trusts? Like, who are his commanders? His whatever they'd be called.
Unfortunately, I am not very familiar with the politics of this land.
Okay, maybe you're not familiar with the politics of this land. You're familiar with the traditions, though, correct?
Well, I never leave the monastery, and I have been here for... Well, I lost count of how many years, but it's been a long time, so I know the traditions of the monks and the people that have come and gone from the valley from time to time.
Are you familiar with the flame? It's a word for
The
it.
eternal flame.
The eternal flame. That one.
I am familiar.
I guess this is a two-parted question. So you know of the original Firekeeper? Since you've been around for so long?
You mean the first Firekeeper?
Yes.
Well, the revered mother came here once.
I think she was referring to Talkery. first firekeeper.
Oh. Oh, that is not a name I have heard for quite some time. I never met the man myself, but some of the other guardian Nagas that I know helped him. He came from the wilderness, and they took him to Suyu.
So he came from the wilderness. Sorry, I'm trying to type. It's not working. So the first firekeeper, why was he considered? Is he the one who brought the flame to Suyu? I'm unfamiliar with a lot of who he is, right? Other than first. So
I'm not entirely sure where the flame that he produced came from, but he is the one that carried it.
and then it was given to the Reverend Mother, and she kept it after that. Well, kept up with it.
Well, yes, the fire still burns in Suyu.
Well, not anymore.
Like at that, like even Asterith like turns around. Like she has not turned around this whole conversation. She's been looking into the telescope, but like when you say this, even like she like kind of turns around in her seat and looks at you, and he just kind of like stops like for a moment and says, "What?"
It's another thing we're working on in our journey. But no, the fire went out, and the firekeepers were all they're not there anymore.
What do you mean
Seems
they're
they were
not there?
they were eliminated by the white scorpions. It seems.
And Sizeris is going to pull out the white scorpion mask that we took from that assassin, the Shatter Kai elf.
Now that is not a name I have heard for some time.
You keep saying that.
You keep bringing up ancient things.
What do you know about the white scorpion?
Only that they're an assassin's guild. They are in a way akin to the monks here, but with a very different mission. Kill for the highest bidder.
So they were paid off by someone to do this, clearly. But you haven't heard of anyone wanting to accomplish such a feat?
No.
There's never been weird, like, I mean, even in all of your years, has there ever been anyone who's thought it could be a good idea to extinguish the flame?
Most people were very happy to see the violence end and the coming together of the people. It was what we Guardian Naga fought for.
So, in the beginning, when the flame was first produced, are you aware, like you say, you don't know where the fire came from, so did the Talkery person ever explain, or did you ever hear of how he came across the fire, like what he had to do to make it all happen?
No.
Have you ever heard story or tale of the six incarnates?
No. What's that?
I'm afraid we don't have much information on that ourselves. The six incarnates, as far as we understand, represent the six cultures, and they each have their own temple hidden across this land. And we are under the impression that perhaps if we can journey to each of these six incarnates and complete whatever tasks they have, that we could reignite the eternal flame. Or at least one of us could become the next speaker for the ancestors.
Speaker for the ancestors. I like this. It is as if you're like Talk Reborn. I wonder though, what is there? Why is it that you go on this journey? I am learning so many new things this day. It seems you all are special to know such things.
With the other fire keepers eliminated, the duty has to fall to somebody to at least attempt to reignite the flame of hope.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. I fear you may need it. Especially with what Guter Girl shared for his knowledge.
What did he share? What did he offer up?
He shared with me that Improbus walks the earth.
A what?
Improbus.
Do I know what that is?
Under his breath, you're going to hear Caesar's whisper to you, the Nightmare Whisperer.
Ah, that explains the six-eyed creature.
Well, I'm gonna stop you right there. Make a religion check. Anybody who wants to that's standing in this room that hears these things. So Zyzeris, Nightmare Whisper Improbus is not. Improbus is supposed to be dead.
Yeah, this guy.
Why does he look familiar? Whose background was he in?
That was Jethro and Bindu.
Improbus
Okay, I was like, he's familiar.
is the old god of trickery.
Was he
Yep.
the guy during the trials?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, okay.
Oh no. Oh.
Wearing the Alfred skin.
Oh no. Wow, Malia's in the wrong room.
I tried to get you guys to
You
go.
guys wanted to split up. Okay, this is not my fault.
I wanted everyone else to go, and I was going to talk to them.
This is the best part about the group splitting up. Now you have to tell each other things.
We have nobody from the Test of High Sorcery in this group.
Nope, not a single person. Nope.
Oof. Oh god. Ugh. Whoops. Well, this is gonna be fun.
How do you guys feel about those books now?
I like my books.
I know, a little too much. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Look, we're both learning today. Isn't that exciting?
It has been quite an exciting last few weeks indeed.
Has anyone else come seeking your knowledge recently, other than Pluderkill?
No, in fact, almost nobody visits me these days. So to have 2 visitors with such knowledge in such a short time is really unheard of.
Big things are happening.
Indeed. But be wary. There are many places in this world that have been abandoned. And you know as it is, when there are bones laid upon bones that are silent until your arrival, many things will be learned, but also are very dangerous. It's as if things are awakening that shouldn't be. Things that go bump in the night.
It's unsettling.
This Improbus god. If he's walking the earth, what do you recall a time where he used to walk the earth? I mean, are you familiar with his hijinks?
I was not around for the time of the Godfall. Burkon was. He would have knowledge of such things.
Fun
I
times.
forgot. Did you already tell us where to find Burkon?
In the mountains to the east. You know, just the vast mountain region.
Yeah, I was just looking over my notes for that. We didn't get anything more specific. So if we actually want to go,
I think we asked for more specific, and then he's like, "Give me
I'll say he gives you like a specific path and trail. Like he'll give you like a number of like landmarks,
latitude?
like he'll give you like a
Which
number of
mile
landmarks
marker?
and things like that to follow. He's like, you know, go beyond the river this and up the pass of this and, you know, across the way to there, and he'll give you kind of a long like list of instructions that Nick didn't write out, and I apologize. That would have been cool, but I didn't think of it. But they have names, and I will get those eventually. So, I will say yes, he gives you the location of Burkon's realm.
as much as you love names, I think Ryan might be the only one who writes them down.
I got all the names.
Fair enough. I'm kidding.
He's just in the wrong group.
I do it for the immersion. And I didn't think of writing down like all the instructions on how to get there. I just thought about the where is there.
It's over the mountain and through the woods, clearly.
To grandmother's house you go.
Right,
Exactly.
straight on
Burkon's house we
Tilmore.
go.
To Burkon's house we go. Is there anything else you all would like to talk with Varnadu and Astrith about?
I mean, I wish we had more answers.
Astrid, what? Sorry, what were you saying, Amanda?
No, that was it. I just wish we had more answers. I still don't know what to do.
Astrid, could you tell us more about what you and Sabre discussed? I mean, how did she seem? What was she like?
She's a very inquisitive, intelligent young woman. Asked very good questions about stars, different constellations. We talked a little bit about the theory of the astral realm. She seemed to have a good arcane mind about her. Wait, she's supposed to be Boston, have a fucking New York accent. She's got a good mind about her.
Oh my god. Okay, did she seem any particularly interested in the something of Cordelia, whatever it was called?
The regalia of
Did you see-
Congria?
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I like Cordelia.
Amelia Bedelia.
Astrid Varnadu, yes indeed. No, I mean, she seemed to care as much as she was being useful to her. I am not doing a Boston accent. I mean, she seemed to care as much as, like, useful to her lord or whatever, but, she seemed to have her own thoughts and opinions and desires. I don't know. She seemed bored with him and very interested in the telescope.
I see. And what did she want to know about the astral realms?
Well, she was interested in drawing power from there or sending people, what the possibilities of what could be drawn from there to here. Not as much as on the going there, which is what I'm interested in. So, I'll admit, dismiss her a wee bit. But, she's also a little bit of a hoity-toity type, very proper and, well put together and whatnot.
I see. Okay. Well, thank you very much. That helps.
Uh-huh. She, waves her hand at you as she goes back to the telescope.
Is there anything else we needed to know?
I mean, there's many things we need to know, but none that I can think of asking.
All right. Well, thank you, Verdu. I would hope that we've exchanged enough information that perhaps we get two trips for information free next time.
We're pretty square. I'm looking forward to seeing you again. You bring such interesting knowledge. Also, Ryan, for what it's worth, since you got a natural 20 on your religion check, you also remember Congria, name of one of the dead gods. So there you
I'm
go.
not gonna lie. I thought you just had changed Congria to become a queen and axed the god from the world, and I was like, oh man,
nope.
By the kindness of Congria.
By the kindness of Congria, indeed.
All right. Well, with that, I think we'll take our leave. Thank you again.
The sun is going down. Are you sure you don't want to stay the evening?
In here? We can stay here?
At the monastery, I imagine. Usually, Saleh doesn't make a habit of putting people out in the cold unless they offend her.
I mean, this is a great place to stay. Yeah, no, it's cold out there. It's warm in here. Yep, no, I'm sold.
But
Everyone
we
else
could leave a
is gonna
number of
come.
our friends back in town.
I believe they would know to come here to find us, as at some point, unless someone gets distracted by, books or something like that.
I don't think Jethro will know we're gone for many weeks.
Here.
Well, I could leave it up to the other three. Would you leave the blacksmiths and make your way to the monastery, or would you stay in town? Malia, Jethro, Bindu.
I don't want to like speak.
Bindu's been gone for about 15 minutes.
Yep, Ben's internet died on him.
Oh.
He's being unusually quiet again.
Well, then the two of you will decide his fate.
Someone whispered the name in Probus, and he just went quiet.
Sorry, just, could we, skate over this and send you guys a note with a messenger?
Oh.
Does the monastery have someone with that kind of... I feel like there's probably, little boys dime a dozen running around who can take a note and find them. You know what I mean?
Now that you mention it, there were children running around this monastery.
All right. Vertidu, would we be able to ask perhaps one of the young workers around here, or one of the young residents? I don't know the right word. To take a note to our friends in town to let them know where we are and where they could meet us.
Oh, I'm sure you could probably persuade one of them to do such a thing. Though, not many of the monks leave the monastery. Well, when they do, it's usually the older ones. The young ones stay here.
Oh, perhaps a servant then.
I will say that, Nick, I told you that Dominus is going with the other party, so he's there.
Oh.
Boy, go get him.
You guys, you turn around and you see Dominus is lounging on the stairs behind you, like dogs like to lay on the stairs. Dominus is just laying on the stairs.
Okay.
Hey, boy, can you fetch Jethro? Fetch Jethro. Go get him, boy.
No, he's not stuck in the well. It's okay.
Well...
Yeah.
Dog comes. I think we go back to the monastery because I don't think we're gonna go explore the mine.
I will be back tomorrow, and perhaps I will get my friends to come along and look at the forge down in the mine. Maybe we can come up with some assistance for you.
Okay, I will say Bindu or Dominus is able to come and get y'all. However, it is going to be dark while you guys are making your way up the mountain, so I will need a survival check from Aaliyah with advantage because this is a forest area to navigate. Or no, not with advantage. You add your proficiency twice.
Double your proficiency.
That's right. We looked this up last time.
Guidance.
Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry, my D&D Beyond closed out on me. Okay, so survival.
Nice.
Hell yeah,
plus
brother.
Another 2, so 23, plus a D4, so 24 minimum.
Yeah, you're absolutely able to navigate. Well, you are going to need a light source, but you're able to navigate up the mountain in the dark. Jethro, I need a perception check from you.
Oh. Sure. I'm blind as a bat, man. Oh, 14.
Jethro, you're not so blind that you don't catch sight of some eyes from the dark.
Did you really want to show me the creature that bad?
Why though?
Hey, look, you're the ones that went out in the dark, my guy.
I didn't even think about that. No.
Did that show up for you, Lucas?
I get to see it.
You see 6 eyes in the darkness observing you, Jethro.
Oh, look at that.
What?
It's an interesting creature.
What are you talking about?
Oh, that 6-eyed cat that you guys have been talking about for the last couple of days.
Wait,
It's over
where?
there.
Amelia's going to knock
Relax.
an arrow.
Relax. Don't scare it.
Where is it? What do you mean don't scare it? That thing infested my dreams, nearly killed me. Does Melia see it?
I would like to roll a knowledge check on this thing now that I have first-hand sight.
Sorry, I was getting another piece of pizza. I heard you though. Okay. Jethro, Arcana check.
Woohoo.
Malia, perception check. Malia, you do catch sight of it once Jethro mentions it out in the darkness. And Jethro with a total of 21. Building on, like, Bindu's identification of them as, like, nightmares, you get, like, the feeling that, like, one, these things are, like, stalking you, or in a way they're predators that are, you know, following you. But you think that one of the things that they are feeding on is your fear.
Oh, that's why they're not coming after me.
Can Malia fire an arrow in its
Would you relax? You gonna shoot him?
Oh no, yeah. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting for the okay.
No, I mean, you fire an arrow off into the darkness, and it's very much like the same as last time, where, like, you fire the arrow, and then the image kind of disappears. And also, let me ask you, how were you feeling in that moment?
Anxious. Very stressed.
Good.
She doesn't,
Good.
She hasn't been getting a good enough sleep because she doesn't want to go too far, you know, to have another nightmare. Very stressed.
Well, it's gone now.
Okay, that's good. Why the fuck do they keep following us?
They feed on fear, Melia. And I have a feeling you have a lot of fear.
No, I don't. I'm just anxious. I mean, yeah, you know what? Screw it. I'm not going to lie, because that's a different character. I know I'm scared. I know I'm scared because, you know, it's just everything that's happening. This is out of my comfort zone. I am no longer in my hut. I am no longer with my cat. I am out here because of a series of poor decisions on my part. So, yes, I'm scared. I am trying to not be scared, but every single time those stupid monsters out there just keep appearing, and that does not settle my mood.
It is okay to be afraid, Melia. It's a normal emotion. You should not try to wish it away.
I kind of do.
But it's important to not lose one's head when you're filled with fear. Stay focused.
Thank you, Jethro.
Here, take this little coin that I have, and I hand her a coin, and when she clicks it, it produces an image of her cat.
Aw, yay!
If it worries you, touch the coin. You'll see your cat.
Thank you.
And I have another one here that smells like Bindu after he's been marching.
Why do you have... First, I have several questions.
He gave you the cat one, and he's keeping the one that smells like Bindu.
First of all, how did you get his scent Second of all, how do you know what my cat looks like?
I heard you talk about your cat. You mentioned your cat. Bindu mentioned your cat. And so it's not exactly your cat, but it's close. The coloring, the size. It should be close to your cat. It should remind you of him.
It's very much perfect, thank you. But
And as far as the Bindu thing, I honestly was doing it to keep you focused. Just a shot of smell will help you focus and think about something different in the moment. Kind of like, for me, it's parchment. When I smell parchment, my mind instantly transports to my safe place, my library. So perhaps a smell of Bindu, even though he's standing right here, might help put you in a safe state of mind.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We also don't need to tell Bindu about this. Okay. That's a bit weird. But don't tell Bindu.
Your secret is safe with me.
Right. Okay.
Bindu from way up ahead says, "Are you two coming?"
Yes. Sorry. Having a bit of a crisis back here, but we fixed it. Have you noticed?
No, Amelia was helping tie my shoes. I would have tripped.
You know, that's
a
really
good joke, Jethro.
That's a very.
I got you.
Do you sense that like Bindu is acting differently recently? I just feel like he's afraid of me, and just you know what? Forget it. I was going to talk to him. Moment has passed. It's fine. Let's go. So that way we don't run into any of those six-eyed monsters.
Yes, strength in numbers.
Yes.
Stay close to Bindu.
Yep. And Amelia's going to take like a little huff of Bindu en France.
Eau de Bindu.
Eau de Bindu. And she's going to continue walking.
Jethro's just gonna light a cigarette. It's like, shit, we're dealing with some heavy stuff here. Oh man.
Eventually, the two of you are able to make it to the monastery and gain an entrance, and are led all the way up the stairs unless y'all are... Where are y'all hanging out in the monastery? You gonna hang out with Varnadu the whole time, or what are you gonna do?
Wait, did we want to ask Varnadu about crystals now that
yes.
So you find them
while we're
all
waiting
still
for the messenger to
upstairs
come
hanging
back.
out with Varnadu.
We didn't make it very far.
Oh wait, are they still with Varnadu?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I can ask him questions too. Yay! Sorry.
Best of both worlds.
What crystal question did you want to ask Varnadu?
Does Bindu like me?
Are you familiar with a unique kind of magical crystal that is in areas of the land?
Very vague question.
Could you be more specific? You mean like diamonds?
No, magic crystals that have powers. What was that?
Perhaps we should just show Varnadu what we mean.
Yeah. I don't. Now that Malia's here, Malia has it, right?
We're talking crystals.
Jethro. Yep, Jethro will be the crystal man too. Yes, crystals. Yes.
The crystal man.
He's our crystal dealer.
You can call me Heisenberg.
But yeah. Just mostly curious if you are familiar with, like, because I mean you've been around for so long. These clearly have been here for at least a while. So they seem to have minds of their own sometimes. At least different properties of their own. Just And she's gonna like. Jethro, do you still have it in your back? Like,
No, I actually use it for arcane purposes.
There
It's
you
my
go.
focus.
That. She's gonna point to Jethro's crystal.
I am not familiar with it, though I am not much one for stone. You know, the blacksmiths came and asked me about stone once, but I didn't know. Burkon might know. These are things stone giants love talking about.
Fine, we'll go see the stone giant.
I mean, they do say that
Only,
giants
look, you asked me a question and I gave you an answer. If you don't like the answer, that's on you, not me, okay?
Whoa, where's this hostility coming from?
Look, she seemed very frustrated and I'm just responding to that. No.
Attack him! No.
You answer my riddle with more riddles.
You want to attack the guy that has access to at least 5th level spells?
Look, he already cast one.
Well, he got one less.
He's got one less.
It was the fifth
We
level
got the
spell
full party now.
that we asked him to do too. Imagine if he actually got mad at us.
But anyways,
is that a telescope?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that wasn't one of my questions for you. I'm sorry.
Jethro, you need to be a lot more cautious about what you ask Varna to. You're going to have to exchange information with him or offer him something of substance. It's how the sync works.
Is that how that works? I thought that was sphinxes.
You're
Or was that
thinking
riddles?
genies.
Genies, gotcha.
Monkey paws? I don't know.
Oh, by the way, Varnadu, I am Jethro Veloxy. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure is all mine, Jethro. White robe. This is Astrith. He points over at the telescope with his tail.
Hello, Astrith.
Sup?
I have something clever, but I don't.
That's all you get out of her. Well, it's getting late. Is there any other questions that you have? You all look around and notice Trey is gone.
Oh shit.
The fuck, Trey?
Yes. Oh.
Oh.
I have a question, but not this question. Do we know where Trey is?
I'm gonna take out my flask and kind of shake him a little bit. See if he appears.
Like cat treats?
Yeah.
No, he seems to be just not in this room.
Not a question that I'm going to ask. Not my real question. Do you happen to have, like, I don't know, bars, something with alcohol in this monastery?
I think the monks keep ale and wine and the like for dinner and the other such things.
Still not my question. Still not my main question. Where specifically is this?
You ask a lot of questions that aren't your question. What question is it that you have?
I mean, okay. Do you all mind if I ask this question? And then we ask him a question about where the wine is. Is that okay?
I just need you to stop using that word.
Questions. Look, I'm sorry that I'm questioning things. Okay.
Ilya, take a puff.
Sorry, we saw more of those six-eyed freaks out there, so a bit miffed if you... Whatever. Okay, my question is, how do you unwind two intertwined souls that are inhabiting the same body? They weren't born like that. They just happened to be like that.
I have no idea. Is this a riddle?
No, this is...
It's literal.
It's literal.
Oh.
Have you heard of anything like that?
I guess that's different. Those are two different questions. So, I guess first, No, I don't know how to unwind two souls that have been wound together. I have heard of one Yuan-Ti who did such a thing.
Okay.
Are you familiar with the name Shaskal Otlum?
Oh yes, the terrible one.
Rolls right off the tongue.
What do you want from me?
he was the one on the mural in the tomb.
He was said to be a powerful Yuan-Ti anathema that split his spirit into many pieces.
Uh-huh. That is another question. You have not asked me for anything in return. Did one of his souls manage to get
Sorry, your friends have provided much information, and as they pointed out, I owed them a couple.
You're using store credit.
Wait, she's using our credit.
Okay.
On where's the
we're not
wine?
with her. You should bill her separately.
I'm so sorry.
She's not on our tab.
How many more free answers? Can I use these answers?
How about important questions, Melia?
Right. Okay.
And that was a good one with the souls. That was a good question.
Yes. Did any of those souls manage to get into someone else's body, and then two souls inhabiting one body?
Like a possession?
Not like a possession, just I don't know, just like two souls, one body. That sounds problematic. Hello?
I think he's thinking.
Sorry, my dog was barking a lot, and so I was letting her outside, but she was being obnoxious about it. Okay, sorry, what did I miss?
Asking questions about the souls again.
Okay,
Yes,
what was the
I've
question?
never-
Sorry.
When Shaskaska, yeah.
Shaskal?
Shaskal. When Shaskal split his souls, did it inhabit another person's body? So like two souls, one body situation at any point?
I don't know the specifics of it. It could have been.
Do you know what happened to the pieces of his soul that he split apart from?
As I heard, he put them into various things, or people, or objects. I'm unclear of the specifics.
Oh. That makes sense. You need a vessel to put the spirit in.
Out of character, it's like a Horcrux situation.
Yeah, it's like a Horcrux.
Like a crystal in your pocket kind of situation.
So, like, is Melia like Harry Potter, and she's a Horcrux to Alfred?
She's the boy who lived. Wait a minute.
Yes,
Alfred's
he
the
is
boy who
Voldemort
lived?
in the back of your head. Yes.
Oh no. Oh.
Only one shall live while the other remains.
I have a question.
You've had many.
I've had several, actually. The whole wine thing does not count. Can I ask?
Right,
one
that
more?
wasn't your question.
It was not my question. It was just like a whole, where's this, where's that? Just general.
Melia needs to ramp up and get into the right train of thought.
Right,
So
of course.
While she's asking these questions, Big Z's is going to make her way towards the door, and she's gonna start looking around for Trey. She doesn't like that the nightmare eyeball creature's on the loose and he's missing. So she's just gonna start wandering around the monastery, trying to find him.
Okay. Malia, what's your question?
How do you know if a soul's been broken apart into many pieces?
I don't know. I'm not very familiar with the intricacies of soul magic.
Who is? All right.
An interesting question. Other than the one that I asked, prior spoke about. I'm making a roll for him. Let me see. That's a pretty good roll. If I was to ask something I didn't know, then the Keeper of Secrets is who I would ask. Though, the Nightmare Whisperer has been known to ask terrible prices in return for such knowledge.
Yep.
Wow. Thank you so much. You've been a help. I don't care what you say. He's been a help. Shut up. Thank you so much. You've been amazing.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to no one.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, meanwhile, in other parts of the monastery, Trey, you find Saleh Padan. She is just in her study, which is near the kind of just main kind of it's like a large kind of courtyard. Courtyard is not the word I'm looking for because that's an outdoor thing. What's like a large kind of interior chamber? Antechamber? Hall. A great the great hall, kind of like the main hall. There you go, main hall. That is what I'm looking for. The main hall area. Her office is kind of right off of it.
Just going to walk up and give her a wave, and I think you wanted to talk to me about something.
When I look at you, I see somebody who's lost their way.
Now I'm pretty set on the path I've taken right now.
That is what I mean. You don't seem to be somebody who knows where they come from.
I come from Rahadun.
Your father comes from Rahadu. That is not where you come from.
Then where do I come from then, if you know?
You come from your mother.
I mean, yeah. Most people come out.
But your mother, she is Shadar Kai.
What's Shadar Kai?
It's what we are. I can tell when one has seen the shadows and moved through them. But you do it in a instinctual way, not in a learned way. I'm sure there are limits to your abilities.
I mean, I only do it in times of when I get real mad. Pretty much.
Mad, angry, a secondary emotion. You should be more in control of your feelings. Instead, you drown them in a bottle. Tell me, what do you know of Our Lady's teachings? What do you know of the Raven Queen?
Something to do with death, you like darkness, shadows. That's about as much as I know.
She purifies the souls by forcing us mortals to deal with our fears and our pains. The path of fate is sacrosanct, you see. So one such as you, who pridefully casts off destiny, eventually you will be punished for such behavior.
Well, as long as I kill Gooderkel first, that doesn't bother me none.
And what after? Do you not care what happens to your soul?
I've just assumed I'll die doing it. I never thought about my soul. Just revenge, murder. Not because I like it, but because I need the... He's got to pay for what he did to her.
I understand the feelings of vengeance that you must have in your heart. It's a shame. It will most likely consume you. I wish I could teach you the ways of the shadow. But if I did, the shadows would also consume you.
When I go to sleep sober, terrible nightmares. I keep hearing whispers in my dreams. Is that because of my mom? Is that because of what I am?
Yes. I'm sorry that Beatrix abandoned you with Roland.
You're gonna see Trey's eyes go up because his dad didn't talk about his mom. And like, Trey didn't know his mom's name.
You look so much like her.
You saying she's still alive?
Yes. She yet lives and walks her own dark path.
Wait, dark path? What do you mean by that?
All I can tell you is that she no longer walks in the Raven's Queen's graces.
So she's listening to those whispers in the shadows.
No, those come from our queen. She's listening to the whispers of another.
So you're telling me you can teach me how to control these powers, but I have to give up this quest of vengeance?
No. You would have to learn how to control your emotions.
What do I need to do?
Oh, I suspect you need to give up that bottle first. Which, for you, may be a harder quest than vengeance.
Trey's gonna take a drink out of his flask.
And I'm going to say at that moment is when Bixis shows up.
Hi, Bix.
Yeah, I figured. Here you are. And she's just gonna usher to the drink. You couldn't wait like 5 minutes?
This lady says my mom's alive and she knows who she is.
Oh. Shit. And she'll reach for the flask also.
Do you pull out Trey's flask that you were holding?
Yeah, do you pull out the good flask?
Did I get it back from Melia?
You guys need to keep track of it, all right? I don't know who has the good flask. You just need to label like one the good flask and one the bad flask, and keep track of who has it.
We'll say yes.
Given it back.
Okay, yep. I'll pull out the good one that has different stuff in it now.
The one that's empty?
It's empty. I got water in it now.
You like go to take a drink of yours, it's empty, and so you like go and take his.
Yeah. So that's how do you know? How do you hold on? How do you know Trey, and how do you know Trey's mom? How did you? We didn't say our names like when we came in, did we? Maybe we did. How do you know him?
He looks just like his mother, who I was a pupil with.
I want to roll an insight check on this girl. 7.
I mean, why would she be lying to you?
I don't know. I don't trust her now. Trey doesn't need this shit in his head. He's got enough problems.
I mean,
What you do know is that you don't know dick about Trey's mom. And this is the first time anyone has ever said anything like this, so like
Yeah, that's why when he's like, hey, by the way, my mom's alive and she has a name, and I'm like, oh, this shit's real. Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay. So, is she here? You're her pupil? Like, I mean, do we need to go? What does that mean?
we were students together.
Well, I'm aware that you're students together, but like, how do you know she's still alive?
Well, I'm assuming she is. She only left here when Roland came into her life. And after that, well, let's just say we've heard rumors.
Like what?
She was last seen near one of Gutterkurl's prisons. I don't know why, though.
She was a prisoner, or she was...
No, she seemed to be running some kind of operation, is how I understood the information. Though, it did come from a circus clown.
What did you say her name was?
God.
Say that again?
What did you say her name was?
Beatrix.
Oh.
She is
Are
the
you-
one who tried to kidnap the kids that the circus stopped.
She tried to kill Jethro.
Damn it, Trey, we're gonna have
Or
to
not
kill
Jethro,
your
the
mom.
captain.
We don't know that.
No, we don't know that. One hot moment.
Benefits of a B plot. I can introduce things that you guys just gonna have to know and pretend you don't.
So your mom works with Gooderkel. Oh, that's. Does anyone's family not work with him at this point?
Mine doesn't.
I don't think mine does.
Mine is dead, so no.
Not that we know.
There's our D&D player. Yeah.
Until they're not.
Until they're not. Oh no.
Don't worry, Jethro's family got a long line of people before yours start dying.
Doesn't mean his more like I don't know. They'll probably start working for it. He could probably command a whole Gooderkel army with the amount of people in his family.
My family are like rabbits. They're gonna replace the ones that are missing.
Oh god. Oh, okay, that's she's gonna look at Trey and try and read him of like how's he looking right now? Just
Lost.
buddy old pal.
Trey's lost. A lot of information for Trey.
Saleh, she stands up and she says, "Walk with me."
Oh, follow Saleh.
I will follow him.
She leads the two of you just down this corridor, like all the way down the main hall to this large kind of double doors that are made of this like black iron, and she pushes it open and she walks inside and kind of beckons you to follow her. Do you follow her inside?
Yes. Of course.
Of course, why not?
So you walk in and she shuts the doors behind you, and inside the room is like completely dark. Trey, you have dark vision, and Bix's, you also have dark vision. So you are able to see in the darkness before the glow starts to emit from this large central crystal in this room. You can see there's this like big like amethyst like crystal in the middle of this room.
No, wait. The Naga guy said he doesn't know anything about crystals.
Oh, everyone else gets the cool stuff.
Let me finish.
He's a liar.
Inscribed on this crystal in like this gold, like almost like magical writing, seem to be like scriptures, detailing out what you could tell to be the scriptures of like the Raven Queen. So these are the commandments of the matron of ravens. And so there's like 3 sides to this amethyst crystal, and on one side it says death is the natural end of life, grieve the fallen but do not pity them, exult in the time that they were granted. The middle one says, the path of fate is sacrosanct. Those who pridefully cast off destiny must be punished. And the last side says, undeath is an atrocity. Death is too good a punishment for those who pervert the rightful transition of the soul. And
I'm not very religious, but that's pretty deep.
And she turns to you, Trey, and she says, "These are the tenets you must accept to be able to embrace the shadows without being lost to them." Trey, I have a power of sorts to see into the fates of things. When I saw you, I saw one who was not on their path. And I'm sad for you. And I wish for you to come back to your fate. Deeper in this temple, there is a place, a sacred chamber called the communion pool. Those that master our ways, that is their final test. If I let you go to the communion pool now, you would be lost and you would not return.
So what should I do now?
That's up to you. When you feel you're ready, you may return here. I make no judgments of you.
All right. Thank you.
She'll like open the doors and show you two out. Meanwhile, back upstairs, is there anything else anyone wanted to talk with Varnadu and Astrith about?
Does Bintu like me? Like me or something?
Varnadu's holding like a glass of tea and he like takes a sip from the tea and he's like, "Girl, I can't tell you."
Fuck.
Jethro will go to Astra.
What's up, Wheels? Pretty good hardware you got there.
Thank you. I got the design from the tinkerers and blacksmiths downtown. Just curious at what you were looking at. Any particular constellation?
I mostly search the stars for, secrets of what binds us here. How much do you know about the barrier that seems to be around this world?
Around this world? I know a little, very little bit. I studied it briefly. It wasn't my area of focus.
Make me a deception check. You have no fucking clue what she's talking about.
I have no idea. I'm so bad at this.
5.
Yeah, like you're just kind of like you like sound like one of those kids. Who's
I studied barriers once.
Yeah, like. Okay. So you just never mind. She just goes back to like looking at the telescope.
I don't. Okay, I apologize. I should not have lied. I do not know about a barrier around the Earth.
You know, planet. It's okay to admit you don't know things.
I don't like it.
I thought you white robes were supposed to be like all good and pure, not all prideful.
Well, you see, you're right. We shouldn't. But when I come up against something that I don't know, I don't like saying that I don't know. But I need to work on that. But I noticed...
That's okay, kid. I'm just ribbing you. Anyway, so there's this weird, like, barrier around the world. So, like, seems to be some kind of thing that like keeps supernatural forces, not supernatural, like you know how the monks here, they worship that fucking Raven Queen. Like,
Yes.
she's not an actual like god as much as like a powerful being, you know, or like she used to be a god but isn't a god anymore, you know. You know.
Yeah, in between divinity and mortality. Yeah. Very
Yeah, so
interesting.
like if a broad like her tried to kind of come into the material plane, like it's like barrier wouldn't allow it. But it also kind of seems like it's also preventing things from escaping, almost like a prison.
Yeah, but those that follow the gods are able to receive some form of power, so there is some transfer of energy between the outer planes and the one that we are on.
It's true, because if you think, it's not like quite like a wall. It is a little bit like prison bars. So like there's holes, but the whole thing can't get through.
Yeah, interesting. So, are you trying to find a way out?
Well, that's the idea, isn't it?
I mean, it sounds very fun. I read Gideon Firebrand's Astral Adventures, and going out to the Astral Sea sounds like an amazing time to explore. There's so much more out there than there is here.
Oh, there very much is. That's where I was born, you see. That's where I'm from. That's my hometown. But I can't get back there. I'm stuck here.
How did you get here and stuck?
Well, I kind of got what you call astrally jaunted here. See, I kind of got knocked off of the ship that I was on, which sent me spiraling. And then I just kind of crash landed on this plane, and I've been having to traverse it ever since. And I found this place and this, and I've been set up camp here.
Oh, that sounds like a harrowing tale.
Believe me, it is. It drive one to smoke. And she like pulls out a pipe and starts smoking.
Oh, he'll light her pipe.
Just allow me.
While I'll be a gentleman.
Yeah, well, you know, we try to be good with the white robes.
So I've heard.
Yes, we'll see.
Home
Well,
sweet home. The
If-
big A.
The big A. Hey. If I find anything when I'm out and about, I'll see if there's a way that we can, maybe there's a projection or a way to get you back up. I'll let
Hey,
you know.
If it tickles your fancy, white robe boy.
I mean, I plan to go to all of the libraries around the continent. I'm sure there's something at some point that will give us some information.
I'll probably be here.
Nice. All right.
Well. Party.
Is there a hot tub or a bath? I feel like I haven't washed in weeks.
You know what? There is now. Hot tub. No, yeah, I will say that there's like a communal like bathing area.
Jethro's
the
gonna go
built-in
soak his
hot
bones.
springs.
His back is hurting. He's been sitting in
Why
this chair
not?
over mountains for 2 weeks.
Yep, I'm gonna say there's an onsen here. Straight up. Hot springs. Is Bindu going?
Yes, Bindu's going.
Bindu's not feeling well. Bindu's laying down right now. So that you can talk about him while you're there.
I can show you what he looks like.
I I know what he looks like, Jethro, thank you.
And what he smells like. But yeah, you guys can totally go to the hot spring.
Jethro is definitely going to go soak.
All right. Well, thank you all again for all the information. We appreciate it. And for the place to sleep. We appreciate that too.
Well, any friend of Saleh's is... Well, that's not true. Welcome!
To the hot springs!
To the hot springs!
I think Cyceris is going to hang out at the monastery.
Oh no, Cyceris!
Don't worry, the hot spring's in the monastery.
It is, indeed.
Yeah.
It's an...
Come and join us,
dorm or lodgings.
He could at least dip his feet in.
I think
I think he means we're not going to get to see him.
into whatever our lodgings, bed spaces, and room makeup's going to be. I'll make sure that we all have enough fresh bed linens.
You are a good man, Cyceris. Thank you for taking care of us.
Poor Cyceris.
No one's gonna force him to come? That's what I would do.
Peer pressure?
I don't think,
Oh, yeah.
Jethro can force anybody to do anything.
With my poor survival checks, I don't want to drown.
During one of our hot tub episodes, I got Kevin to swim. I can do anything.
I think you threw her in.
No, I paid you to swim. And you did.
Technically, she walked on the water, so that is progress.
I am a tinker. I can make floaties.
I don't
Oh
think
my
that
God.
I don't think that's Cyceris' problem.
I appreciate the thought, but
Maybe a swim mask would do.
I mean, if it helps, I'm going there to kind of relieve some stress that's been going on. If you're stressed out, I mean, I've heard that it helps you disentangle your thoughts.
Racing.
I don't... What?
And speaking of which, Cyceris, when was the last time you took a bath? Was it when you were in Pondhaven?
probably.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's been a couple. It's been a couple days.
Can only do so much.
He's all right. He doesn't sweat.
I'll find a wash basin. And an old rag.
Well, the rest of y'all can go hot tubbing. And talk about all the juicy information you just learned.
Yes. You all could have sent word earlier about a crazy questioning and answering sage experience.
You seemed really, really excited about what you were in.
Oh my god, he was beyond excited.
And we already knew that we were coming to see a sage that was supposed to be all-knowing.
Well, you see, they're having trouble processing mithril without magic, and I thought that was very noble of them, and it would help, the whole populace here if we could help with the export of processed mithril without the use of magic.
I'm not saying your quest wasn't noble. It's just you knew what we were doing, so don't say we could have called you sooner. You were very excited about whatever you were doing with the mithril non-magical means. And I'm happy you were able to assist them. I'm sure that they haven't had brains like yours here in a long time.
Well, we haven't figured it out yet. They have a forge in the mine, the mithril mine, that isn't currently working. And I was hoping that we might be able to go and look at it while we're here.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not like Gudurkel's gonna kill himself, but it's fine. We can definitely.
Oh, speaking of Gudurkel, did you get any information on him?
Some, yes, some.
We got We got information on his possible next move, so it could be our next move, depending. We might.
It should be our next move based on how many questions were. Well, he would know, but
we might postpone questioning the sister because apparently the sister's with Guterkel, so it actually would be 2 birds, 1 stone to go that next direction instead. But we hear they're going to see a stone something something stone something stone beast stone monster
stone giant.
Stone giant. Yep.
Stone giant in the mountains.
Named Birkin. But the con.
Birkin. I don't think I've done any research on a Birkin. Are they particularly special?
Just ancient. Incredibly ancient. Apparently here longer than time itself. Knows all the things that this one didn't.
And apparently
Can I roll a
Guterkel-
time check? No.
3 days.
Yeah, giants live really, really, really long
I had to
time.
live a long time. But be up before
they live
time.
longer than
Come on.
Nagas.
Well, actually, you know, Jethro, make me a religion check.
I would love to. I know a thing or two about religion.
I could guide it.
In fact,
but I'll take a
Jethro,
23.
you do know that in the giants' creation myth, they are not from this plane. They are from the plane of the god of nature. Oh my god, Ryan, help me.
Cassio?
Yes, but I was thinking the name of the realm. Do you
I
always remember it, and I always forget it? I love you forever.
A nature plane?
Hold on, no, it's.
Casa Bonita.
Oh my gosh, I can't.
San Juan Capistrano.
I cannot believe I'm blanking on this right now.
The Amazon.
Muldrow? No.
McClear.
MacLear. Thank you, Ryan.
MacLear?
I hate that place.
That place is the coolest.
I got eaten like 5 times there.
I believe that's how I spelled it. Was as 2 words.
Oh, right. Yes. Before time. That would make sense. Not actually before time, but before time recorded on this rock. That makes sense.
Jethro will reach out to a journal and write down MacLear and Birkin.
Actually,
ancient stone giant.
Big Z's. When that is mentioned, Azusa chimes in and says, "You know, I've been there before."
Have you?
Yes. To the land of the giants. I went there with Al-Anon. It was a wondrous place. We saw the world tree.
World tree.
It was the most magnificent tree I've ever seen. It was like being home. It's the tree I came from.
You came from MacLear?
Yes. I am a branch of the great tree.
I feel like I knew that, but I didn't know it was there. I didn't know that's what sticky note means for this. So it's possible to go there then, which is, obviously because you know some of them are here and you went there, so that's cool. Any chance you spoke with a Birkin stone giant before?
No, I've never. I believe that Al-Anon met Burkhan before he found me.
That's cool. You know, I've heard some really cool things about him, and happy to have you with me. I don't know what to do with this information.
Big C's just kind of like zoned out for a second there.
Jethro is just kind of wading in the water, feeling not feeling the weight of his dead legs is nice. Kind of splashing around. So, does anybody have tattoos?
Is there anything
yes,
else?
actually.
Oh,
yes.
Go ahead.
Do tell, do tell.
Well, no, Rachel was talking first.
Oh, no, just I wonder. Amelia wanted to ask if anyone learned anything else, but no, who has tattoos?
Rachel, we
What?
do.
Shit,
You do?
I do. Fuck.
Trace got a
Jethro has tattoos.
But
Right.
Valeris, actually the marks on her shoulders are tattoos. And they kind of extend down her arm.
Wait, I
Are
think
they like
remember...
tiger stripes?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
That's cool.
So cool.
And then Melia, I'm pretty sure has matching ones, but
Yes.
not as much.
Yes, I
Like
remember
just down
that.
the bicep kind of thing.
Yes.
That's cool.
Trace got an anatomically correct heart on his tattooed on his chest with it being on fire.
Ooh,
A
that's
fire heart, nice. Jethro has 2 runes written across his fingers on both hands. And anybody who speaks Dwarven would know it says little bug.
Trace speaks Dwarven.
Yeah. So it says little on his right hand and bug on his left hand in Dwarven. He also has scars on the insides of his arms in Draconic, written in Draconic.
You guys are more than welcome to continue having this conversation, but I am going to take a 10-minute break, and we're going to go put Charles to bed. So
knock him out.
10-minute break, and or y'all can keep hot tubbing and talking. It's totally up to you. But I am going to step away for about 10 minutes, and I'll be back, and then we can continue.
Does somebody in the hot tub speak Draconic to read Jethro's arms?
I don't know. Does anybody? That's why I was hoping you'd be there.
Damn!
I could show
What do
you
your
later.
arms say?
The right arm says, hold on, I got it on here somewhere. So it's actually, it's not tattooed, it's cut into his arm in Draconic runes, and his left arm says be strong to protect yourself, his right arm says be stronger to protect others.
Damn.
Yeah, he looked up to his big bro. He just walked away.
His big bro broke a little bit.
Yep. So did Jethro, a little bit.
I broke less than you did.
I broke my legs. But yeah, you would see on Jethro's, like where he wears his long shirt, his arms are like all cut up, but the deepest cuts are the draconic runes.
Are you jacked?
No, he's thin as licorice. Not as thin as Christian Bale in The Mechanic, or Joaquin Phoenix, but like slightly higher than those guys.
That's still really skinny.
Right.
Yeah, he's only got an 8 strength, so he has like little to no muscle mass.
Like, can you see your spine through your stomach?
Pretty close.
When you're floating on the water.
Yeah. When he's floating on the water, he looks half skeletal. But he's got a strong constitution, so I think there's probably enough fat cover in there.
Are you vulnerable to bludgeoning damage?
Yeah. Yes, he is.
I got a 12 strength and 20 dex. So I don't think I'm like super buff, but I'm super lean. Brad Pitt from Fight Club.
Yeah, I was gonna say Brad Pitt or a Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, someone that's got, tight muscle fibers, but you're not a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
You're built for agility, not for strength.
I'm thinking if we hit level 4, I'm thinking about taking mobile just to
Oh yeah, I did that with Roger. My monk.
Good.
I caught up to a horse that was running away. It was awesome. And then the dude shot me. It was great.
I caught up to a horse and I got shot. With my, I'm gonna go. I'm drunken master right now, but when I do more stuff with the shadows, I'm gonna switch it to shadow monk.
Ooh, those are fun.
Ooh.
And then with that dash, and if Nick lets me use a bonus action as an action, I can make 130, 40 feet in a turn.
Well, the shadow jaunt is only like what, 30 feet, right?
Well, no, my shadow jaunt's 30 feet. The shadow monk's shadow step is 60 feet.
60 feet, yeah.
And I'll have 50 feet of movement. Or I could just action dash.
You'd
with
get
the
100.
50.
You'd actually get more if you double dash than you would if you shadow jumped. Yeah, but that mobile feat, oh my god, I had that on Roger when we were playing. Oh my god, that fight against what was that guy's name?
The zombies or the
No,
one dude
when
that I
they
metal to death.
No, it was the last combat, because
Oh, the
like the
goblin.
reverse gravity thing and everyone was like hitting rocks and shit. The Black Rider fight.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that was great. Basically, there was like reverse gravity and everything was difficult terrain. So I just dashed and ignored all the difficult terrain, and I was moving like 120 feet around. It was great.
Nick's letting me use the dice from they were playtesting, but the 1D&D monk, where instead of a D4 they start out with a D6.
Nice.
And I'm very thankful for that.
I originally built Roger taking a feat, because I took my feat as the unarmed fighter
tavern brawler.
No, not the tavern brawler. It was the unarmed fighting style. So I took a feat to get a fighting style just so I could do a D8 of damage with my fists. And then I realized, I was like, oh, this is a terrible idea. Let's rebuild the character.
I like mobile because I don't trigger attacks of opportunity, and just with the movement, being able to like run up, punch a guy who I really don't want to hit me, and get away.
It's great for the monk. I don't know what I'm going to do with Jethro. I got a lot of skills maxed. Like, there's a couple of things I can do with him feat wise.
I'm not going to do a monk dip.
A little monk dip. Oh yeah, I would really love to see a monk with him. I was
Take
thinking,
tabard brawler. Use your wheelchair as a weapon.
actually, I have stats for my wheelchair. It does more damage than I could if I was a tavern brawler.
Are there guns in this universe? We need to put a machine gun on that.
I have firearms abilities as an artificer.
Sounds like yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn into Loveless from Wild Wild West. Put some guns on my thing. Actually, I can make spider legs and have climb speed with this chair. Imagine Jethro just climbing around.
Yes, you giant crystal on your back, spider legs,
Yep.
reading a book, frothing at the mouth. It's a really good book.
It's a really good book. I call it Charlotte's Web.
That is a good book.
It is a good book.
Another horribly sad children's book.
Right?
Pile on the trauma.
That's why I liked Holes so much. It's like, here's a good book. I like this book. Happy ending.
Right?
You mean you didn't like the ending of Old Yeller?
No. I remember I was reading Where the Red Fern Grows, and I'm just bawling my eyes out. My dad walks in and goes, "Whoa, what's wrong?" And I show him the book cover. He goes, "Oh shit!" And he leaves the room.
I ain't dealing with that today.
Same experience with my dad, because he's the one that told me to read the book.
Yeah,
He walks in, he's like, "Oh, you're at the end, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Do you ever feel like maybe he was doing that, like, to be like, he was like, "Oh, my kid's being an asshole. I should tell her to read this horrible book."
No, I just really liked reading.
I
He's
really
trying
liked
to
reading.
get you off of reading. He's like, here, read this.
As weird as it
I
sounds,
think the best way to make a child read Where the Red Fern Grows is to persuade them not to get a dog.
as weird as it sounds, it made me appreciate my dog more, understanding the loss of a dog. Even though it was fictional, it still hit very heavy. And like the time you have with your pets is very important. So love them a lot. Well, I just brought it down.
Oh, you're good. I was thinking about a terrible book that I read. It was called The Shack. Any of you read that?
Never heard
That sounds familiar.
It's a
basketball
story.
player.
No.
Read
Not
that
a
book.
Q. Basically, it's a story, and it's really heartbreaking. It's about a father whose daughter got abducted, and terrible things happened to his daughter, and he was looking for his daughter and found the shack in which all the terrible things happened. And then eventually he confronts the person that took his daughter, and I don't recall exactly how it ended, but like he had to eventually come up and like forgive the person or something. Like he spent his whole life chasing this person, and it like killed his life. But it was a really sad story.
What's the name of that book? I read it. I was like, this is fucking heartbreaking. Little girl gets kidnapped and murdered in bad ways, and then the dad's trying to figure
Lovely
out.
Bones.
Yes, that's the name of
Oh
it.
my god, The Lovely Bones.
The movie has Stanley Tucci in it, and he does amazing as the
I
kid
love
he
that
is.
actor,
my
and
God,
it's such a
And the
terrible
ending is
role.
so unsatisfying because nobody finds out that he did it because
I
he
like
got rid of the
In the
freaking
book
thing.
they do, but he's never caught.
Mother Earth was there, didn't he die
Yeah.
to the icicle?
Killed by an icicle in the movie. I think in the
Oh,
book
that's
he
right.
just slips and falls.
Mother Nature's watching.
Yeah.
She's a vengeful bitch. We love her.
I just
But on movies or books with happy endings, because of Winn-Dixie.
Oh yes. Yeah. Yeah, because
Ever
the
eat a
ending of Winn-Dixie is ambiguous, at least with the ending of the movie. More concrete, right?
I mean, in both technically, because they're able to find him, and then all the good shit happens.
Do you remember Animorphs?
Yes.
I remembered reading it. I was in an Animorph book club.
Hell yeah, brother. That's awesome.
Yeah, I
I
joined it because I had a crush on a boy, but turns out I liked Animorphs more. So,
I love those weird young teen book series like Pendragon, the Warrior series with the
Yes.
cats,
Warrior
I
Cats,
never read
yes.
Warrior Cat.
the Guardians of Gahul. I was into that shit. I love those owls.
They're so dark.
Secrets of Nim.
There, bro.
Ooh.
Every book series where it's like we're small little creatures, and it's like that was the Battle of 1549. I watched my brother take an arrow in the eye, and I'm like, Jesus, I thought they were playful cats.
Have you guys seen Watership Down?
Oh,
Yep.
my
With the
father
rabbit?
made me watch that. I wanted to leave so many times. He's like, "No, you gotta watch it." I'm like, "Fuck
It's
you."
so sad.
It's
They
gory.
sh-
You watched it, right? Like it's
Yep.
not
Yeah,
just
I
sad,
watched
it's
it. Both the original and
horrifying.
like the remake.
Is
The
the remake
original is
like a
so
little bit
bad.
better?
Yes.
You know,
It's
you
more
know what's a
tolerable.
terrifying movie to watch, knowing if you know, is Milo and Otis.
Oh my god, yes.
Just because
So that
so
was actually one
many,
of my favorite movies when I was younger, and then I learned
and then
about
you
the
learn
horrors of those poor cats and dogs.
they that movie is the reason why it comes up with credits. No animals were harmed in the making of this movie because they went through like 30 pugs and 70 cats.
Wait, is that with
Especially
Went
the
through
kittens
them?
with the river
Yeah,
scene.
yeah, like
Oh
the
my
river
god,
scene.
I
They
saw
just kept
that.
throwing them in the river and filming it.
Until they lived, basically. Or they got a good enough cut with several different animals.
Oh my god.
What?
I don't know if any animals were hurt in Homeward Bound, but I fucking
I
loved
hope
Homeward Bound.
not.
Oh man,
To this
I
Homeward
hope
day,
Bound.
that
not.
last scene
Oh,
where he
Shadow.
falls in the pit every single time, I just
It's
fall apart
awful.
watching that.
I'm pretty sure it has that disclaimer at the end, like no animals were harmed, etc., etc. But it's like, how do we know? They can't tell us.
Oh, I fucking loved Air Bud as a kid.
Oh
I don't
my
know if anybody
god.
watched
I only watched
that.
the first
It was
one.
like Beethoven like in its like
Oh,
how fun stupid
I
it
loved
was.
Beethoven.
Beethoven was the best dog movie.
Yeah.
When did they stop making the
And that
Beethoven?
had Stanley Tucci too.
I'm pretty sure they still make them. I don't
Oh,
think they
Oh
ever.
yeah. I know for a fact they still make Airbud-esque movies.
Well, now it's with
There's a whole Air Bud universe.
Yeah.
I
like
really
on
like
like on par with the number of Marvel movies.
There should be an Avengers. Air Bud
like
Avengers.
the Airbud movie where there's nothing in the rulebook that says a dog can't play. There's nothing in the rulebook that says I can't wear.
You know what movie that got me with the trailer and I felt like utterly ripped off at the end of it watching as a kid was Kangaroo Jack. Because the trailer is him rapping, and I'm like, oh yes, this kangaroo's gonna rap the entire movie. And then I'm just watching two guys chase a kangaroo in the desert, and the rap scene is one of them high as shit. And I'm like, where's the cool kangaroo guy?
This movie's not about the kangaroo at all.
Weird mid 2000s movies that are just a fucking acid trip, right?
Yep.
Like, surprising that a movie about nothing got made.
Was Kangaroo Jack like like an animated movie before? Was it a cartoon? Was it a comic series or just?
I think they made a cartoon off of it.
Okay, off of the. Okay.
Then they made a sequel.
What else do you have to talk about Kangaroo Jack? Wait, weren't they? What was the plot to it? Was there drugs involved?
I think the kangaroo stole drugs in its pouch or some shit.
I think the drugs were in the sweatshirt that the kangaroo stole.
Oh
or something
yeah,
like that.
The kangaroo is wearing a red sweatshirt. You know, it was a terrible movie that I loved as a kid, and I watched recently, and I'm like, this is awful. Is Van Helsing.
Oh my god!
I love that movie as a kid.
I hate love that movie. Like Kate Beckinsale and like there's good actors in it. There's no reason why it should be that bad, and yet
everybody's putting their heart into
Look, okay, I'm back, and
It's
I don't know what we're talking
long,
about, but
too.
low key, I love that Van Helsing movie.
That is.
We're talking about the one with that's got Hugh Jackman, right?
Yeah, and Kate Beckinsale.
Oh yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah, but you also like.
I see it through nostalgia glasses. I do.
I hate Love Dracula in that movie. It's just so he loses his accent. He's over the top, but it's just so lovable after you've watched it.
It's so lovable. I love
I'm sure that's what they were going for. A lovable Dracula.
So yeah, sorry for that. That was a particularly long chapter of Charlotte's Web. So what were we up to? What were we doing? Hot tubbing?
We were just talking about Charlotte's Web by coincidence.
Wait, seriously?
About a weird Jethro version of Charlotte.
What?
Look at like a Adeptus Mechanicus. Just a bunch of spider legs on his wheelchair.
Oh my god, then we couldn't say he can't walk.
Yeah. So, was there anything you all wanted to do in the hot tub?
Did we relay all the information that we got to?
No.
Okay, then we're gonna pick it up there.
No.
Okay, perfect.
The important information that you might have missed, Amanda, is that Jethro's arms say to be strong and protect yourself, and be stronger to protect others.
I thought
you write that
his.
down?
I thought
It's a little
his.
bug.
That's what I thought.
That's what it says on his
With
hands
the
in
draconic on his
Dwarven.
arms.
But the scars on his arms that's carved in reads be strong to protect yourself and be stronger to protect others.
That's fucking metal.
It's the important information.
Okay.
But Bigsies and Trey walk into the hot spring area with everybody there that's not named Zyzeris and or Bindu. Zyzeris or Bindu. And Trey, you know the classic saying, you look like you've seen a ghost? That's kind of what Trey looks like.
Dang, who killed your mother?
You all right there, Traven? You look like a little pale.
Oh,
Maybe like something to eat rather than something to drink for once.
yeah, food would help. You got any snacks in here?
Well, Bindu's not here, so.
I
Do
mean,
you
with
say
all of
that
us
out
here, aren't we
loud?
just a meal?
You know what? You're right. He is a full-blown meal. Never mind. There's a meal, but he's upstairs.
Right.
That part she says out loud. No.
So are you two like together?
What?
You and Bendu?
Oh, well, I wouldn't put something on what we have. I mean, we exchange letters and stuff, and we do talk to each other a lot. You know, and sometimes he looks into my eyes, and I look into his eyes, and what do you and Bixus have together, by the way? What do you have?
Oh, she's my little sister.
A common rivalry.
Oh.
Really? Rivalry?
I mean, like not for us, but Urikel, vengeance quest.
Oh, vengeance, yes. I thought rivalry, like you have to beat me for the rivalry.
No. Wait, what did you say?
What? Nothing.
Can I push him into the springs, please?
See,
Can I try?
I mean,
so
yeah. Make an athletics, post athletics check.
But can I also cast like a druid craft to make like one of the stones poke up so when I push him he trips easier?
I'll allow it.
Okay, I'll take it. What am I doing?
A post athletics check. I'm not letting him make an acrobatics check.
5.
Do I get
Do I get that? I have inspiration.
Nice.
Well, Trey, make an athletics check.
Trey will get pushed backwards.
Trey gets pushed into the pool.
I'm so strong.
Jethro would like to push Bixus in after him.
Just comes wheeling up.
No, with my mind.
Do the psychic shove against her.
Yep.
Real cool. I'm just gonna let it happen. You get psychically shoved into the pool.
The same.
Nah.
Did you see that? There was a loose tile there.
But I will say you're able to identify it as Jethro because he also shoved you during the battle.
It's a familiar hand.
I'm gonna keep. Hold on. What do I have?
Jethro's just sitting there beaming. He's just smiling because it reminds him of his older siblings, Tamara and Tamara.
I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative. No.
I'll go
no
first.
fighting in the back room. I'm not saying no fighting, just no fighting in the back room. That just seems like a bad idea.
Everyone starts whipping each other with towels.
I already have that.
Trey's ready. I was kidding, but okay.
Okay, let's go.
Let's fucking go.
I don't know.
We're fighting in the pool.
So, anyone get any more information from the sage before we showed up?
Back to business, yes. Yeah, we got, so it turns out Gurukel is on his way to speak to the stone giant because he was looking for information that the Naga didn't have, and that information was, he was looking for
the
regalia of Congria. Congria.
That sounds like something magical.
It's a thing he's looking for. Some sort of like crown jewel type things where like, if they have those, then they have some about the throne politics. I try and stay out of that shit. That's why I live in a jungle, because it just it's all fucked up anyways. Everyone's dumb. But anyway,
And that correlates to the queen, right?
Well,
Yes,
that's
apparently whoever has the regalia has a better claim to the throne. So if Guter Curl is looking for the regalia and gets his hands on the regalia, then it could be that he's trying to make a play for the throne. And apparently it's Bortle? Borbus? Who has all the answers.
Birkin.
There you go. Birkin, like the bag. I need to remember.
But yeah, so they're on their way along with there's a sister who apparently has been accompanying him on this journey. So they're close. That's good.
Astrid says Sabre is less interested in Guterkurl than her own endeavors and studies. So I do feel maybe that could mean she's a little more trustworthy than we had thought. Or we're afraid, she wasn't that trustworthy. This could be a point in her favor. I don't know.
I think it would be safe to assume that Sabre's only loyalty is to herself.
Which means she can be paid off, so that's nice.
Right, which she could be convinced to come to our side, I suppose, yes. With the right incentive.
If she sees that what the path she's following isn't for her benefit, then I mean, there's a chance.
Is there something you think your sister might want? Something that would convince her to help us?
I don't know. I suppose I could talk to... What was the Githyanki's name? Astrith?
Astrith?
Astrith? I mean, I suppose I could talk to her to get specifics on what Sabre was asked, but I can't fathom what she would want from the astral plane to receive, especially because I can't think of much that would be good to get from.
Her plan is even darker than Gutakurl's.
Well, the fun facts, how we pay for information to get information. Guterkel gave the Naga some information, something about Improbus, who is roaming the earth once again.
Improbus?
Yeah, some old god of trickery, from what I understood of Zazeros explaining.
Does that make the gears turn when Melia and
Jethro?
When Jethro hears?
Would Alistair say anything?
Yeah, would Alfred scream into her?
I'm sorry.
No, that's fine. Would Jethro or Alfred say anything about hearing that name?
I think you feel Alfred shudder a little bit. He doesn't shut up usually, but in somehow you feel him you actually feel his feelings, and you actually feel his fear.
Okay, that's different. What? He's doing what again?
He's back, roaming the earth, walking amongst us. God here on earth, which is that's new. That's new.
Huh.
So, yeah.
Okay.
But they hadn't heard that the eternal flame went out. They knew that the White Scorpion was an assassin guild. Assassins for hire. They do know that the Firekeeper Talkery produced the first flame, but they don't actually know where it came from. But those are things that the Birkin giant would maybe have answers to, because he's been here longer than time. But that's all I remember getting. I don't know if anyone else has things to touch on.
Sorry, I had to step away. Did you mention that we know how to find Burkon?
No, I did not. But yeah, we know that he lives on this mountain side. If we just have to follow this map I sketched out while the Naga was giving us really intricate directions on exactly where to go and how to get there, with left and rights and trees and landmarks and everything else. And I have it all written down very not so nicely anymore since I got pushed into the water, but it's still here.
Oh no,
some of the names of these places are kind of grayed out.
Does prestidigitation work? Well, it'll still be smudgy, but
We
can
can
it
fix
at least
it.
dry it off? Does that work for drying things off? I don't know. I don't remember.
It does. Prestidigitation works for everything.
Haha. Okay. Yes. So, I mean, I guess if we're going to try and find Sabre, I mean, it seems like the best plan would be to go and try and find Birkin. So, what does everyone think? Should we follow that path and go look for him?
I mean, it's nice that we have an idea of what he's trying to do now, but I don't know if going after him, guns a-blazing, is the right thing, or if we can, because if we get rid of him, he still has she's going to give you another quotation marks, like the air quotation, a good reputation, so we kind of need to destroy the image he has to the people. Otherwise, if we're caught going after him.
Allow me to clarify. I actually don't think we should kill him now because, as you said, we don't exactly have a plan or a replacement strategy. But I do think we should follow and know what he knows.
Yes, I like that plan. Yes, that's good.
I would also like to point out, Vernadu did mention that he was with other people. It was just Sabre that came in with him.
Yes, there were other people.
So it is just not the two of them. It would be unwise, I think, to try to go after him now, or even try to tail him.
Oh, okay.
Especially since we don't know how many he has in his pot.
I suppose my question then is, are we that concerned about him getting the regalia? Do we want to stop him? Do we want to thwart him? Or do we think that that's a done deal and perhaps we should be warning the queen?
Those are all really good questions.
Cool.
I mean, I think it would be good to stop and see this stone giant. However, I do know Jethro mentioned a forge here that he really wanted to look at. So I think we could stay behind a couple days. That would give him more than enough time to go and get, and then we could speak to the stone giant and perhaps figure out what he knows, figure out what information he has, and go
give them
from there.
enough of a head start. You mean, so that we don't run into them on the road.
Yeah. So that way, yeah. Because there's still an entire pond haven we can go back and take care of their issues. There's other ways we can jab at him while he's on this noble quest to try and steal a throne. But if he ends up getting all the things he wants and then turns around and everything he's built is in shambles, it's gonna be hard for him to have a following, even if he does find the things.
So dissent in the meantime. I like it. That was everything.
Yeah. That's all. I think that's it. Yeah.
Barnadu did not seem to know very much about crystals, which is one of the other reasons I do think we should go to see Birkin, simply because if we want those questions answered, Barnadu was almost no help.
Yeah, he said that he was not a rock guy.
I mean, as much as I hate to admit it, as much as I hate to admit with Alfred, yeah, he wasn't much of a sage. Didn't really answer any of my questions. So how far is he from here? This Braxis guy.
According to these intricate directions, he's exactly
2 days
2 days away.
without.
Without weather or failed traveling checks. Or without Malia leading us in circles for a day and a half.
Okay, first of all, fuck you. I was tired.
I didn't even say. There was a certain toadstool that was looking at us multiple times. That's all.
It's not my fault.
I followed you. I didn't argue with you. It's in the past. We're here, safe. It's all good. Enjoy the water.
It's all right, Nelly. The whole walk, I was pretty much struck dumb by the beauty of nature. So, stuff happens.
Well, thank you for that. I'm just going to go to bed. Obviously I can't, hopefully I'll be able to find my way to my room.
I mean, if not, you probably won't be able to find us back anyway, so...
Or you'll
I
just
guess
pass
it was
by
nice
here,
knowing you.
and if we see you pass by, we'll know you're lost.
Why are you all so mean?
Wow, you guys are...
It's, Alfred's been worse to us, so sorry, Malia, you get the root end of it.
No, it's fine. I'm always, at the bottom of, always catching the consequences of my brother's actions. It's fine.
Melia, can you please get into a better headspace? I do not want to talk to Alfred tonight.
But Malia is going to try to find her way to a bedroom and go to sleep.
Oh, I thought you said Bindu.
Almost.
Bindu bedroom.
But
What's
she
the
said
difference?
She said sleep.
I'm going to go find a bedroom. I mean a bindu. I mean fuck. A bed. A bindu. Fuck. God damn it. Bindu on a bed. Fuck. I'm just going to go to sleep in bindu. Fuck. Going to walk away.
That must have been Alfred.
There was a lot to unpack there for sure.
I didn't know Alfred was so horny. Good for him.
I think he's less horny than I am.
I'm starting to regret opening this door.
Oh, what's the opening? I just gotta live with it, man.
I mean, we're all naked, aren't we?
Is that how Tura bathes? I don't know. Or, hangs out. It's up to you. Yeah, I was leaving that up to you guys.
She has absolutely no sense of boundaries or decorum. She's lived in a cave for like 10 years, so she doesn't even care.
Well, the last time that a party was in a bathroom and one person was naked, a new party member was introduced. So we don't know, There was a rhino. It was crazy. Sorry.
Party walks
Also,
into
the
a
last time we were in
bathroom
a
with
hot
a
tub,
rhino
we
and a
were,
baby.
Last time we were in a hot tub, I almost died. We got 3 people almost died.
Wait, what happened? Oh, yes. Oh, man, the party does not
With
do well.
with Atriox.
Yeah.
So are you telling me you keep my weapon?
Yeah, that was good times.
That's not his full name.
Atriox, Opal of Blaze, Lord of Dragons, something of Portals. Oh, Herald of the Great Worm.
There it
There
is.
we fucking go. He earned those titles.
And I am now realizing the high degree to which Dungeons and Dragons campaigns that I'm involved in have hot tub episodes. It's all of them. It's all of them.
You didn't come up with it? Who came up with the idea? Someone said hot tub. I forget.
It was me.
Jethro.
It's true. No, but I was just like, as we were going through the list, I was like, huh. I have a
Most
few,
of them were my idea.
and I have a few more I can add to that list. Huh.
We
do.
It's a nice change of pace from like the campfire scene. It's essentially the same thing. It's just wet instead of, warm.
It's just the
Everybody gets
grotto.
caught, so-
Hold on, I gotta find a grotto picture.
Yeah. So this is like a natural spring within the monastery? Oh, that's wicked.
Exactly. It's very fresh
really
water.
I like it.
Oh my god, I've had a picture of Jethro.
Post it.
I gotta crop it. Hold on 1 second.
I feel you.
I'm just seeing this shirtless Trey photo. So wait, Trey has abs too?
Oh yeah.
Trey is actually very, very strong.
If we're all going to talk about our tattoos, I think we need everyone to say abs or no abs, just so I know what I'm picturing.
Just so
Oh,
Are the abs just tattoos?
He's got a lot of heart.
Milo vibes.
Honestly,
That's
pretty
closest
nerd
to
look.
Jethro.
Pretty cute.
Aw.
Do his underwear look like that too, or
100%.
is that him in the hot tub?
Yep. Except for he has scars on his arms and tattoos on his fingers. That's it. That's what that 8 strength and 18 con will get you. A nerd that won't die.
I mean, this is a great opportunity for you guys to actually learn about what you've been up to the last, I don't know, 10, 20 years.
No one wants to listen to Jethro.
Oh yeah, 20.
It's a lot of book learning. And Caesarius isn't even taking part.
Me and Bix have been hunting monsters for the past 10 years.
yes, just like always.
We split up for a little while and I did some work for Luca Bandar.
Nick, did
Wait.
you find a picture?
It's
Yeah,
on
did it
Roll20.
not move you all on the map?
Oh, there it is. Oh, that's gorgeous.
Cute. That's awesome.
Oh, stairs. Wonderful.
Wet stairs.
Wet mossy stairs.
Yeah, this is why having a fight here would have been a bad idea.
New idea. Invent flotation device for wheelchair.
It might be necessary for all the hot tub episodes we're gonna have.
Well, I don't know how much time we're going to spend around water. I know that there's some rivers that we might cross at some point. I don't think we're going to go out into the open ocean at any time, though.
You never know.
You never know.
Yes, you must adapt for certain contingencies.
What, you don't want to be a pirate? You wheelchair. Not good for ships.
No, they roll too much.
Huh.
I mean, I could just sit on a swing and
We could just nail you down.
I mean, there's that too.
Put
I
you
have
up
so many images in my brain right now.
put you up at the crow's nest.
I'm afraid of heights.
Wait. Are we literally trying to figure out how to get you in the water?
I
No,
think
we're
we're
just-
trying to figure out how I would work on a pirate ship.
I'm
at the
pretty
moment.
sure Lucas described flopping himself out of the chair and into the water.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right, that happened.
No, I'm not in my wheelchair. I'm just floating around.
Okay. Oh, right, because of the weightlessness of the water. Sorry, my bad. my bad.
Yeah, gives my legs a break.
You did say
But
that. I remember.
the thought exercise of me being on a ship is scary.
Well, it depends. I suppose if you could like rig the rigging into like a set of pulleys, you could, sort of, I don't know, swing about.
We could put them in a box, just pick it up.
Yeah, yes, but that's not very fun. Being
Well,
in a
boxes
box.
are fun. I hid in a barrel one time for a mission.
I believe we've done that twice now.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Evie. That was my image of Jethro being on a ship.
Lieutenant Dan. Yeah.
Lieutenant Dan. and you know what? Jethro despises the gods. It's against his culture, so it kind of fits.
I like it.
All right, can we go
I
back to
love
Pond
you,
Haven and steal a
Lieutenant
ship?
Dan.
I know. I scoffed at it at first.
The idea of pirates is really growing on you.
Hard pivot for this campaign.
And we're pirates.
No, we can't.
I mean,
We
there
can't
is
go on fantasy.
the Bubba Veloxy Shrimp Company has a little ring to it.
Oh my god, I'm just watching the
Wow.
memes now.
Lieutenant Dan's a lot more fit than Jethro. Oh, there he goes.
hey, you know what? I got some levels. I could dump some into strength. You better watch out.
With Jethro when he gets a belt of giant strength.
Yeah. You know what? You all talking smack, but I like stone giants and I'm cool with them. So watch yourself.
Okay. I feel threatened a little bit. Just a little bit.
Jethro had power one time in his life, and I think he killed somebody with his wheelchair.
Zyzeris, you can come hang out with them down here. You don't have to get in the water if you don't want to.
Sometimes you get pushed by two of the people who push people in already.
The pool pushers.
Probably after like about 20 minutes or so, where like he's actually like taking care of securing rooms and blankets and pillows and all that shenanigans for everybody. Seeing as how they're not just taking like a quick shower, like 30 minutes might pass before he'll start wandering over towards the hot springs and make himself known.
Yeah, at one point you find Malia and she asks where Bindu is. I mean, her bedroom, and you tell her where both of those things are.
DM, did I make it up the wall?
Bindu's room is over
you
this way
definitely
down the
did
hall
not.
and to the right.
I didn't ask for Bindu. I didn't ask for Bindu. Why do you expect?
I was just going to say, and yours is across the hall.
I'm not. What are you implying, Zyzeris? Like,
That it's easier to give directions facing to the right. People often confuse their lefts.
where and which? Well, I just wanted to see where my bedroom was. That's all. Just all. Mhm.
Like I said, down the hall and across the hall from Bindu's.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm. Where are you heading? I'll go with you. Because I'm not interested in that.
I thought I might
Where are
check
you
in on the others at the hot spring.
Because I'm not here for Bindu. I'm just here for the.
Well, you're welcome to accompany me then. So we make our way to the hot spring.
Yep.
Malia's back.
Just in time to
Oh,
see
welcome
Trey
back,
visit.
Malia.
Jeez, I cannot hear anyone.
And she's gone. Trey, you do much better this time.
All right.
I'm gonna mage hand a rope to Trey. Trayvin, can you grab the rope, please? I would like to try as well.
I'm gonna grab that rope.
Yeah, you help Jethro up.
Yeah, Jethro wants to go up. I want to dive.
So you see Trey and Jethro climbing up here when you guys show up, Cyzeris and Malia. And the girls are just hanging out while the boys do stupid stuff, which is pretty on par for how a pool party works.
Huh. Tara wouldn't know that, but she's into it.
Well, if Trey's leaping again, he's going to find he gets a little bit more airtime as an Adagio Rallentando gets cast on him to slow his fall a little bit.
So Trey was going to do like as many backflips as he could. So you just watch as he just does the 1 backflip, 2 backflip, 3 backflip.
Oh my
4
god,
flip.
He just keeps one-upping his own personal best and just keeps on going.
Oh man, that's gonna hurt when I hit the water.
Did you see how many rotations I just did?
Are you dizzy by the time you get down?
Yeah.
It's like you get like 9 rotations in, so how many is that? That's a lot. That's a lot of rotations.
He turns blue for a second.
But you do recognize one of the familiar beats of Cyzeris.
I just figured I'd stop in, see how everyone was doing.
You should really get in. The water's perfect. So, being right next to a volcano, it's nice and steamy. Pitch perfect.
Looks a bit minerally.
Well, yeah, that's the point.
It's good for your skin. A little exfoliation.
Not much of a glamour freak. I'll put my
After all,
feet
the
in.
dead skin on your body is just happy to be there.
I mean, it's mine as much as anything else.
Belong to your mattress before the night's over. Oh, that sounded flirty.
It did.
You and I was like, whoo!
We're in a monastery.
That's our dope backflip.
I will try.
Wait, are you on your? You're just like crawling around up there, yeah?
I'm just crawling around. Look at me go.
Oh, good heavens.
You know what? I
I
will try to do a handstand, and then I will slinky my way over because I can't control my legs and hopefully not die.
mean, make me an acrobatics or athletics check.
Yeah, let's do this. Don't die, Jethro.
Leans over to Victor.
Well, Jethro,
Oh, I think you did it.
how would you? Well, it's up to you. How do you see yourself nailing this jump?
So I think he stands up and he arcs his legs like a scorpion, and then he gives out and he flips over 1 or 2 times, and then right before he hits the ground or hits the water, he arches his belly. I saw someone do this from like 120 feet up. They arch their belly into like a kid's swimming pool. So they arch their body in order to break the surface without hurting themselves. So right before he hits the ground, he belly flops, but he does it in a way that he doesn't hurt himself.
I saw that
A
video.
super shallow dive.
Super shallow dive, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah. He uses math. That's how he does it.
That sounds literally sick. Ugh.
Trey's gonna hop
It makes
out of the
it
water
makes a nasty sound too when you hit the water.
next to Zyzeris.
So Ceres is just going to pull out that green flame lantern that he's got going and just hold on to that.
Studious.
The coloring of the flame requires concentration. It's almost second nature, like breathing at this point.
Does it get broken if it gets wet?
The flame will go out and sort of exterminates the whole metaphor for the eternal flame.
Do you want to set it down, maybe?
Well, I had no intention of going in. I've already got my feet in.
Are your feet in?
My feet are in.
Are they just like normal people feet?
They
Or
look as like normal people feet. I mean, I got 5 toes on each of them.
Yeah. Do you have disguise self up right now?
Probably, most definitely. And even still, like, if you're looking closely, you might see like a slight base layer of like makeup starting to like oil up around him.
What?
all right. Well, I was just gonna push you in for fun, but I don't want to break your things.
I'm a pretty terrible swimmer.
That's not that shallow, and it feels really nice. And then when I
Over my
see
mage hand and be like, Zyzeris, let me hold the flame really quick. For no reason.
I'll
Sorry,
cast
go
a
on.
mage hand and high five your own.
I counter your mage hands with my mage hand.
and then Trey's gonna reach out to help Jethro up, and then push him back in the water.
I'm gonna pull you with me, asshole.
The triumph, Jack, bro.
make a strength saving throw.
Oh no.
You know, I never really got it.
All right, Jethro, make an athletics check.
All right.
Well, Trey, you think you're being clever, but Jethro just like grabs your hand and just like pulls you over his head and throws you into the water.
You never did take care of your knees.
Grab him by the knees and just buckle him.
Do we get splashed?
Yes, very much so.
Spluttering.
Is there
I turn
anything
to
cool?
Dixie.
Sorry.
Anything cool? Oh, that's a good question, actually. But I am going to turn to
there's a
Dixie
lot
and
Is
say,
there
are
shit
boys
at the
just like
bottom
this?
of the pool?
Is there a treasure chest?
Is there a cavern hidden behind the waterfall?
Is there a monster?
Is there a
Is there-
Are any of
six-eyed
the plants
monster?
magic?
Are we going to talk about how friendship is the most magical thing on earth?
Jethro
That's
saw a
fun.
hole in the wall over here. He's gonna go investigate.
Is it a small hole? Maybe like, I don't know.
Yes, just big enough for my hand.
Who's sitting
Okay.
on the other side?
I don't fuck rocks. I just like rocks. Thank you very much.
He fucks books. Get it right.
Glory hole.
You could have a catfish in there. That's terrible. They got small teeth.
Mm.
A geolatrist. Thank you, Ryan. Did he really go into the wall?
Jethro's going around. I don't know what we're doing. What the fuck are we doing?
Where did you see
Apparently,
that six-eyed
watching the fish
monster?
swim around.
I saw that on the road just before we got to the path to the monastery.
So have we all seen it?
Everyone's seen it.
I saw it.
Should we
Yes.
have asked about that?
I thought
We
about
probably
that
should
after
have.
we were on our way down. I figured we'll just save it for tomorrow because I was already gone.
We can
I was
easily
wondering
make
if
it
Improbus
like
was maybe possibly somehow responsible, and I suppose that would have been something that possibly the sage could have been able to tell us.
Wait, Improbus?
Well, sure, he's a trickster, is he not? And he's roaming.
Yes, we
God of
learned
trickery.
from the
Yes.
sage that Improbus is apparently walking the earth again.
Oh, really? Did they say how they're walking the earth again?
It's information Gudrakil was aware of that he shared with the sage in exchange for his information about the location of the sanctuary. Or at least the information that led to a stone giant that knows where the sanctuary is at. Speaking of which, I think that we're going to have to look for a stone giant in the mountains to the east by the name of Burkhan.
Oh, yeah, no, I filled him in, Zai. Yes, I have the map. She's gonna hold up her dripping wet piece of paper.
Right. I was wondering what was taking you all so long to clean yourselves.
We were discussing tactics and paths that we were going to take, Caesarus.
And soaking our tootsies.
Yes, my tootsies are like prunes.
Springly and soft.
Okay.
Well, I don't. Does anybody speak giant? I don't particularly speak it myself.
No, only Elvish and Gnomish.
Oh,
Yeah, no giant
speak,
idea.
I speak giant as long as it speaks in deep speech. So, no, I don't.
Deep giant. Probably not going to be the rock giant that we're going to go meet.
No.
Well, I can I can't talk to giants, but I can understand giants. Hopefully this Burkhan has the ability to speak common, but if not, I might be able to relay information between us and the giant.
I mean, yeah, we won't know till we're there, though.
I think I know in one of my scrolls there's a reference to some sort of a spell that can help with comprehension of languages that you don't speak. I would have to research if it could allow us to communicate with them or only understand what they were saying.
Oh, yes, that is precisely the spell I'm speaking of. But it only works on one individual, the caster. So, Zizerus, if you're a little bit better with words and with people, if you have the ability to do that, then it might be better for you to do it.
So long as we pick up a few more pouches of salt, I could attempt to cast it ritually amongst a few of us at a time.
Do you need a scroll to put it in your book? Because I do know it.
I'm already. I would just have to remind myself about some of the hand signals for it. Perhaps
yes.
a long rest.
Yes, long rest and rituals and yes, I understand. Well, we have two people that would be able to understand giant. That's a start, at the very least.
But you were saying something about that forge, right? The mithril forge. We're doing that first before we leave.
These people are not doing well. Their import and export is diminished because they cannot process the mithril ore that they have within their mine. I was just thinking I might be able to help them.
Jethro, did you invest in some sort of a timeshare?
No investment given. No coin changed hands. They just merely asked for outside advice on why their ancient forge was not working.
Oh,
well,
sounds like expensive advice.
Perhaps
But
if
that's
no
what I
coin
thought.
exchanged hands, in the end, they might be so overcome with gratitude that they volunteer a few minor pieces of gift. Is not mithril a substance of great strength?
It's incredibly strong, but infinitely lighter than your standard castle forged steel.
Perhaps
It
if we help
allows,
them, we might profit from some of the spoils. Who knows?
those of us that wear armor or wield weapons for combat might get great benefit from a process like this being in operation. We, discounts or free gear or minerals would be very beneficial to us. I don't. Does anyone here wear armor besides myself?
11.
Sorry.
But I could always do with 10 more X's.
I mean, I wear leather armor. It's light. I'd be open to it.
Well, the properties of the armor is that you can create a denser, more defensive armor at like half the weight, so it won't interfere with your sneakery and skullduggery.
You could
as
literally
much.
wear it under your clothes.
Yes,
Oh.
that too.
Jethro points to his plate or suit of scale mail that he has on the side.
That is extremely heavy, and having scales made out of a lighter material would provide the same protection, but not as much drawbacks. It would be beneficial for us, I think.
Perhaps it wouldn't hurt to better equip ourselves before facing down the kingdom of Guterkurl.
Have you made any progress? I know you were only there a short time, but perhaps you have ideas?
What was the question?
Oh, what ideas or progress? He was only there a short time, but maybe he has a notion of what he might have in mind to do. Sorry, does that still not make sense?
Which person are you talking to?
Well, I lost track of who was the one who actually makes the voice because your voice changes, and
I do Jethro.
I do an old man voice.
yeah, you.
Okay.
That's Lucas.
Yes. Lucas. Okay. So, according to my chart, Jethro.
Yes.
Jethro, what kind of progress did you make? What kind of, I don't know, did you have any ideas of what you could do to help him?
Yes, Bindu and I have devised an alternative to the ancient forge that is currently in the mines, but it requires a not a small sum of coin in order to construct. Basically, it's a large tower with focusing mirrors and crystals and lenses in order to make the material hot enough in order to get it to a melting point where you can pour it without so many impurities. But I think there might be other ways. They said that there is a lava channel within the mountain near the forge that might be hot enough to fire the forge and smelt the mithril. So we have a couple of options at this point. They don't want to use magic, which is an interesting position, but I understand it. If magic goes out, you want to be able to still make mithril. I have an idea of an alchemical method, but I didn't bring it up to them yet.
So, in case the other two options should fail, should we be... Perhaps would it help if we could raise capital? There's not a lot I can do to help. I can't help you with the science of it. I can't. Not a lot I can detail, but perhaps we could fundraise or do something along those lines. I don't know if that's even
Unfortunately,
possible around here.
we wouldn't be able to fundraise here because the people of this city are not well in coin because of the import-export problem. They're barely making it by with their produce. They have to lift it above the valley line in order for it to get sunlight during the day, so it will grow.
So finding the money is probably not an option. So hopefully these other two options work.
If not, we do what we can, and hopefully they can do more research later. But I'd at least like to give my best effort to see if I can make the forge work.
Well, I think we can all help. Even if just in manpower.
I do appreciate the help.
Huzzah. Then, when next we play, we shall head into the mines, it sounds like.
To the mithril mines.
Well, there was two people that were okay with it. Is everyone else okay with going into the mine?
Yeah.
You know what? I take it as tacit compliance, you know?
I don't
Mark
ask for
this
much.
as our new active quest.
Yeah. Ooh,
Ding!
yes. This is the new hotness.
Everyone good
A
to...
nice side quest from the revenge plot. It's nice. It's refreshing.
There you go.
Yeah, we get to help people.
Everybody good to play next week? 17th?
I might be late. It depends on when I
can't. I can't. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I wish I could.
There's tons of holiday shit coming up, so that's why I'm asking.
You did say that you couldn't do anything because you were just a simple fighter.
That is true. So my dumb ass can sit this one out.
No, it's all good, Evie. You have a place to crash in the monastery or in town, so we have places to put your
Smoking
character.
the hot springs.
Yep, you can just be all pruny.
Prune up.
She's like, no,
Maybe,
this is the nicest bath I've ever taken. I'm not leaving it.
Probably fair. She lives in a cave. I mean, how not?
I'm sure they have a
kind of a cave too.
She's like, this reminds me of home.
Nah, she'll like praying and practicing her spells. Like that makes sense.
There you go.
Trying to learn stuff from the sage, you know.
Cool. And Rachel, let us know what you're going to be up to, and we'll plan on doing this next week. Because, hey, it's a side quest, so not everyone has to go.
Yeah, the Jethro excursion.
But thank you all for playing. This was a fun evening of Dungeons and Dragons.
Fun. Thank you for running, Nick.
We got a spy episode.
I gotta throw one in occasionally.
Alright, I'm gonna go make dinner. I love playing
Night,
with you all.
everyone.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Great game, everybody.
Have a good night.
Bye.